Yeah, Stan said Blackpool will be told shoot on sight. The teams are just coming out onto the pitch at Bloomfield Road. It is Blackpool against Arsenal. It's live on Talksport. Your commentary team, Stan Collymore and Nigel Pearson.
And when Blackpool won promotion to the Barclays Premier League, days like today were what they were looking out for. The fixture list came out, and a home game against Arsenal and other teams in the Big Four were what the Blackpool fans were so craving for, and how they would love it to continue beyond this one season in the Barclays Premier League. Yesterday, results went their way with the bottom three all losing, which kept Blackpool just outside the relegation zone, and now they look to build on that with a win here today against an out-of-touch Arsenal side who you've just heard have had to make that late switch of goalkeeper. There were reports that Manuel Almunia was ill with a virus, but in actual fact the latest information that we've had confirmed from Arsenal is that it's a knee injury in the warm-up for Manuel Almunia, a knee injury for the goalkeeper. So Jens Lehmann comes in and makes his 200th appearance for Arsenal at the age of 41 years and 5 months. Blackpool then line up like this: Kingston in goal, Baptiste, Cathcart, Everett and Craney at the back, Puncheon, Southern and Adam in midfield, with Taylor Fletcher wide right, Varney wide left and Campbell up front as the out-and-out striker. Rakubka, Erdley, Ormrod, Phillips, Kornilenko, Reid and Beattie are the substitutes for Ian Holloway's side. For Arsenal today, they line up like this: Lehmann in goal, yes, Lehmann in goal, Diaby, Schillaci, Koscielny and Clichy at the back, Wiltshire and Aboué in the middle, Nasri, Fabregas and Arshavin in front of them, and Van Persie, the out-and-out striker, up front for the Gunners. Rosicky, Lehmann, I should say Almunia now, who will be on the bench, Walcott, Ramsey, Gibbs and Shamak and Bentner are the substitutes for Arsenal this afternoon. A big game for both sides. Arsenal 10 points behind Manchester United. If they are to hang on to any faint hopes of perhaps staging a late push for the title, they have to get all 3 points here today, Stan.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're enjoying a beautiful day across the country. Abu Diaby and Manuel Aboué come in. Was fully expecting Bakary Sagna to play down that right, but Diaby comes in to freshen things up a little. Competition for places, as does Aboué, only making his 7th Premier League appearance alongside Jack Wilshere in that holding role. Cesc Fabregas will play just in front to pull all the strings. He's just there now with Charlie Adam in the centre circle, just tossing the coin. Massive afternoon for Arsenal. Can they hang on to Manchester United's coattails? That goalkeeping change will keep you posted. I said to Adrian Durham a couple of minutes ago that if you're a striker, shoot on sight. You just don't know whether he'll be nervous. Of course, it's his 200th Arsenal appearance, but it was a long time since he made his last one. And making such late changes does tend to have an effect. Will it be very positive and has an absolute world-class game, or will he throw one in? Remains to be seen. Fantastic atmosphere here at Bloomfield Road.
Lehmann has said that part of the attraction of coming back to Arsenal as a helping out role, if you like, is that he can go back to Germany to see his family on regular occasions. But here he is at the seaside in Blackpool on a sunny Sunday afternoon, starting for the Gunners in the Barclays Premier League. It's Blackpool against Arsenal, and the whole game's live on Talksport with Sky Bet. We're about to get underway here at Bloomfield Road. Lee Mason is our referee this afternoon. Blackpool with just one win in their last 10 games, and more worryingly was the manner of their defeat last weekend at Fulham. Ian Holloway admitted that the reaction, the body language, the way their shoulders dropped, their heads dropped, that was a worrying sign for the Seasiders manager. And let's bring you goal news from the SPL. Hamilton Rangers now. Let's head up there.
And it's Hamilton 0, Rangers 1. Nikica Jelavic with a 20-yard free kick. Rangers have been on the back foot for much of this game. They've been poor, but they've got the lead just before half-time. Rangers lead at Hamilton by 1-0.
Jeff Peters, our man, watching that game for Talksport. Thanks very much as we get underway here at Bloomfield Road. Arsenal in the yellow shirts, their away strip, of course, with the claret shorts and socks, and Blackpool in the traditional tangerine shirts and white shorts and tangerine socks, attacking right to left here at Bloomfield Road. And Jens Lehmann gets his first touch of the ball as it's gone all the way through to the German keeper, away to our left-hand side. 41 years and 5 months old, and he's played a couple of reserve games so far on his return to the club. delighted to be back, but I'm sure he didn't expect to be in action this quickly now, as Pearson wins the ball for Blackpool. Coming forward now on the far side, DJ Campbell holds the ball up and plays it short for Keith Southern, and now Blackpool coming forward away on the right hand side with Alex Baptiste, notches the ball into the penalty area, aimed for Campbell, but he's beaten to it, and the ball's run out of play away to our left, and it's going to be a goal kick which Jens Lehmann will take.
Well, we saw a very poor attacking performance last week on Matchday Live when Blackpool went down to Fulham. Brett Omerod started on that occasion on the left, and it was James Beattie that didn't have the pace or the directness that DJ Campbell gives them. He's shown it already.
Moving forward now, Blackpool charging at pace. It's a good start for them so far. Pearson, now the ball's wide on the right hand side. They tried to just dink the ball across, but it was cleared, and now they're coming forward again. Ball whipped in from the right hand side. Baptiste has won a corner though for Blackpool. Away to our left. This is a tidy start for the Seasiders.
Yeah, down the right hand side, Alex Baptiste overlaps Gary Taylor-Fletcher, whips the ball in, comes off the Arsenal left full-back Gael Clichy. There's been some good attacking intent down that right hand side already from the Seasiders.
Yep, corner on the right hand side then, going to be whipped in, and it's towards the 6-yard area. It's beaten everybody and cleared away ultimately though for Arsenal by Koscielny on that occasion, and now they come forward again, the Seasiders, and that's another good run from Pearson down the right hand side, and it's going to be another corner to Blackpool.
Yeah, he's looked lively, Jason Pearson. Down that right, he's been picking up the ball, lots of pace, 2 goals in 3 Premier League starts, and Charlie Adam goes over to that far side, be a left-footed, in-swinging corner, plenty of tangerine shirts in around the 18-yard box.
Adam getting a standing ovation. Jens Lehmann is already having to tie his bootlace, so a slight delay for this corner being taken. We'll cross pitch side for Graham Beecroft very shortly. He's over the other side at touchline for us today here on Talksport for the latest on Manuel Almunia. Now Charlie Adam with a corner to Blackpool then. Away to our left, 0-0 on Talksport. Left-footed, Adam whips it across, 6-yard area, the header went in there from Everett, and it's just gone over the bar. It was a decent effort. This is good early pressure from Blackpool. Excellent
corner from Charlie Adam, whipped into the near post. Everett just makes the run forward. Usually when you get into those positions in the 6-yard box, you're detailed on your little chalkboard in the dressing room. Who's going to go near post, who's going to stand on the goalkeeper, maybe 2 running in and around penalty spot and 1 at the far, and Everett made the run into the near post, got the flicked header high and wide of Jens Lehmann's upright.
29 appearances, he's been a stalwart for Blackpool this season. Let's just head pitch side. Graham Beecroft, what can you tell us now about Almunia?
Well, just to confirm, it is a knee problem that Almunia has got, and he's got an ice pack on his right knee, so clearly they're a little bit worried about it, and they'll all be hoping, I suppose, that Jens Lehmann can stay fit, because they do have a problem at goalkeeper if the other player, Almunia, is not 100%, but he's got an ice pack on his right knee.
Thanks, Graham. Aboué now on the right-hand side, 0-0 here at Bloomfield Road. Blackpool and Arsenal. I guess now Blackpool would even take a point just to add to their 33 points and move 2 points clear of the relegation zone. A tough run-in they've got though as well, it has to be said. And now Arsenal have the ball, which seems like the first time in the game. And moving forward, Wilshere has spread the ball out wide to the left-hand side. Van Persie puts it across to the 6-yard area, and it's scrambled away for Blackpool. And Ian Everett not happy with the ball played across. He's having a go at the assistant referee on this near side, saying that it should have been offside. And it's actually a corner to Arsenal, their first of the game on Talksport. And it's going to be Nasri who plays it to the 6-yard area. That's a towering header clear from Charlie Adam. Superb header away. Falls to Fabregas now. He holds the ball up under a little bit of pressure though. Good pressure indeed from Alex Baptiste. Goes all the way back, and now for Fabregas again on the right hand side. Chips the ball towards the penalty area. Heads go up in the box though. It falls to Arshavin. His optimistic volley has gone well wide away to our right. It remains Blackpool 0, Arsenal 0 on Talksport.
Beautifully little flighted ball from Cesc Fabregas midway through the Blackpool half on the right hand side, just dinks it diagonally towards the penalty spot, asking for somebody to attack it. It was Emmanuel Aboué that made the run. It was well cleared though by the Blackpool central defensive line. Arsenal just working their way into this game.
Breaking news from the Formula 1, by the way. Lewis Hamilton has demoted from 7th to 8th in the Malaysian Grand Prix for blocking. So Lewis Hamilton loses a place in the Grand Prix as Blackpool come forward now away to our left. The ball's whipped across by Varney and cleared back into the path of Varney. Nasri puts it out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in on this near side to Blackpool. Punchin has the ball. He's going to take that throw-in now, and Blackpool coming forward again at pace with Varney on the left-hand side. He's beaten to it though, and now Nasri has the ball for Arsenal. Plays it for Wilshere now. He's going to move forward, and he's looking for Arshavin on the left-hand side, and Arshavin was too quick, and it was a poorly directed ball, and it's gone out of play on that far side. It's going to be a throw-in to the Seasiders. Alex Baptiste is going to take it. And Blackpool have had plenty of the ball, Stan, early on.
Yes, good tempo as well. Ian Holloway's got his men right at it. Very much on the front foot, trying to get the ball wide at every opportunity.
Varney on the left-hand side, moving into the penalty area. It just looked as though he slipped as he tried to chip the ball across. The Blackpool fans behind that goal think it's a corner, but he did definitely slip, and it's gone for a goal kick, which Lehmann will take. As we see a replay of it on our monitors, he definitely slipped there. There's no Arsenal connection.
Well, I think that what we saw in the Manchester United game, if this is a pattern that we can perhaps expect, and what has happened here at Bloomfield Road all season is really come out of the blocks, Blackpool, get their noses in front, creative, score goals, but then fade away badly.
Back header is from Emmanuel Aboué, and almost costly, but Lehmann came out and was able to claim that ball successfully. Impressive rebuilding work here at Blackpool. 3 sides of the ground complete, and now here's Fabregas moving forward towards Wilshere. He's beaten to it though. It's going to fall to the right-hand touchline. Adaboué now. He plays it short for Nasri, for Fabregas, back out wide for Nasri, and that's a good challenge from Ian Evatt. Puts it out of play on this near touchline. Arsenal pushing forward now with a throw-in for Nasri, short for Aboué. Aboué dinks it over his man and keeps control of the ball. Now Fabregas, but he's beaten to it, and it's a foul committed by Charlie Adam, who's furious with the referee Lee Mason for giving that decision. But Fabregas is down on the deck, and it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal in an interesting position for them now.
Well, Diaby popped the ball in from right to left, ends up on the edge of the 18-yard box, and I suppose if you're a midfielder and you've got Cesc Fabregas in that position, with his vision, with his ability to score goals, with his ability to create things, better to give the free kick away. Robin Van Persie stands over. It's a touch to the right, about 8 or 9 yards outside the 18-yard box, up and over the wall. He has the ability, he has the power.
11 goals in 11 starts for Arsenal. Van Persie steps up with a free kick, left-footed, and it's nowhere near the target. It was dipping, but it was not troubling Richard Kingston in the Blackpool goal away to our right. It remains Blackpool 0, Arsenal 0. We've had 8.5 minutes of this game, and it's live on Talksport.
Yeah, got the ball up and over the wall quite easily, Robin Van Persie, but didn't put enough power and dip on it to get it down underneath Richard Kingston's left hand. Blackpool get to jog up to the halfway line. Kingston takes the goal kick.
It's interesting that Ian Holloway has said 2 more wins is what we need. Not necessarily to definitely stay up, but to give ourselves a chance. And I wonder what the benchmark target will be, because at the moment it's 32 points that the bottom 3 are on. And, the second and third teams in that bottom 3, of course, Wolves and West Ham, are on 32 points. As Blackpool come forward now, Adam whips the ball into the penalty area. He was aiming for Keith Southern, but Lehmann was there off his line and grabs it comfortably. But managers saying, Mick McCarthy saying he needs 3 more wins at Wolves. I wonder what the figure will be. Will it be the magical 40?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 40. I think West Bromwich Albion, I think that, for example, Roy Hodgson would be delighted on 39. It wouldn't surprise me if that was safe, but I think that 40 is your mark. So for West Brom, they just need 1 more point. Looking at Wolves and West Ham, what, another 8 or 9 points to go. It's going to be a tough ask, 3 wins.
Now moving forward, DJ Campbell for Blackpool on 33 points before today. Ball threaded through for Vardy into the penalty area, comes across, and there's Jens Lehmann. Safe pair of hands. He's done everything right so far that's been asked of him, and he plays it short for Fabregas. And now Arsenal come at pace on this beautiful playing surface at Bloomfield Road. Nasri now wide on the right, launches a long ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Van Persie, his first touch let him down. Richard Kingston was off his line, denies the Arsenal man. Superb stuff from Kingston, and it remains 0-0 here.
Well, excellent football from both sides. Luke Varney gets down the right hand side of the 18-yard box, whips in a beautiful ball around hip height Nobody can get on the end of it, and within 2 or 3 passes, Sami Nasri finds himself on this right-hand side just beyond the halfway line, and again plays that diagonal for the run over on the far side of Robin van Persie. Tries to chest it into his path. Good goalkeeping by Richard Kingston, off his line very, very quickly.
Slight concern now for Blackpool and Charlie Adam. He's down injured, having treatment. Graham Beecroft is pitch side. What's the latest, Graham?
Yes, well, we've spoken about Almunia picking up a knock in the warm-up. Watching Blackpool warm up, Charlie Adam also picked up a knock when he was warming up. It was to his ankle, but it looks as though it's more of a knee-stroke-ankle problem here. And I just wonder whether it's the same thing. He's just got another knock during the course of the game, and whether it's the same thing here, and whether Charlie Adam will be, in fact, able to continue after getting a knock himself in the warm-up. He's coming off, looks as though he's going to try again, but he doesn't look very sure about it, does he?
Absolutely. Graham, thanks so much. Let's get a rugby preview with Russell Hargreaves.
Yeah, European Cup quarter-final day. Northampton Saints, the only English team left standing in this year's competition. They'll be desperate to avoid the fate of Leicester Tigers last night, namely suffering defeat against fellow former champions from Ireland. And after a few barren years, Ulster have really picked up this season. They've won their last 6 Celtic League games. That's for Northampton, a really strong starting lineup. 5 England stars included: Ashton, Foden, Laws, Wood and Hartley. They lost at this last 8 stage a season ago, but are narrow favourites to sneak through at a sun-soaked stadium. MK, it's Northampton against Ulster, kicking off in 15 minutes.
12 minutes gone at Bloomfield Road. Blackpool 0, Arsenal 0. Charlie Adam is back up for the Seasiders. Where will he be next season, we wonder? I think it's inevitable if they go down, he'll be elsewhere. Many people saying it's inevitable he'll be elsewhere anyway, as the ball's played forward, but Arsenal are able to get the ball back under control just inside their own half, with Jack Wilshere, who goes all the way back to Jens Lehmann. If you've just joined us on Talksport this Sunday afternoon, Jens Lehmann starts for Arsenal today because Manuel Almunia suffered a knee injury and also was suffering a virus, which was the original reason that we thought he'd been ruled out, because he wasn't feeling well. But he did take a knock on the knee in the warm-up, and it's Jens Lehmann who starts in goal this afternoon for Arsenal. Now Blackpool have it with Stephen Craney at left full-back, and it's midway inside his own half. He's threaded the ball down the channel. It's taken a deflection, and it's going to be a throw into Blackpool. And it's on this left-hand touchline, right by us in this perfect commentary position that they give us here. It's a temporary stand. If you've seen pictures of Bloomfield Road on TV, or you've actually been here, we're in the temporary stand on the far side, right opposite where the tunnel is. And it's a perfect commentary position. Arsenal fans away to our left, Blackpool fans away to our right, and we are the buffer between the two sets of supporters, which is rather interesting. Now Arsenal have got the ball on the edge of their own penalty area, and it's Koscielny who's whipped the ball away. Nasri goes in for a strong challenge and has put it for a throw-in. Taylor Fletcher's going to take that throw, and he's going to leave it for Craney now. Blackpool 1 win in 10, remember, and it's 0-0 here, approaching 14 minutes. Throw-in taken. DJ Campbell edge of the penalty area, but there was some good defensive work from Koscielny, and it's gone out for a throw-in on that far touchline, level with the Arsenal penalty area now. Bloomfield Road bathed in sunshine. It's packed away to our right up by the tower on the north shore, a pleasure beach. But will it be an afternoon of pleasure for the Seasiders today as they move forward now? Shot coming in deflected. The shot was from punch and it's deflected away, and it's going to be a corner to Blackpool.
Well, certainly when you talk about fortune favours the brave, they really do throw lots of players into advanced positions. Blackpool, I made it 7 in the final third there. I think Arsenal are just looking to soak everything up and then hit on the counter-attack.
Corner it is. Adam whips it across, and the head went in there from the header from Ian Everett. It's gone high and wide, and Blackpool aren't afraid to throw it forward. We know that's a trademark of theirs. They attack in numbers, and they've been doing that so far. Quarter of an hour has gone here at Bloomfield Road. It's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 0 with Sky Bet on Talksport.
I think the most telling stat is they've scored 2 goals 14 times this season. It's a fantastic effort in the Premier League to score that amount of goals so many times. Only 5 clean sheets compared to Arsenal's 12. So if you're looking for a reason why they may well go down, I certainly don't think it's the style of football. I don't think it's the attacking part of the side. They really do leave themselves short defensively sometimes.
Charlie Adam with a free kick for Blackpool just inside the Arsenal half. He plays it down the left-hand channel. Taylor Fletcher whips it in, and the header away from Lauren Koscielny there, up towards the far touchline. Falls again to Adam, who puts it on his left foot into the penalty area. The header was there though from Ian Evert, and it's gone wide to the left-hand side, and Luke Varney holds the ball up now. Back here for Stephen Craney towards the edge of the penalty area. Now moving forward is Keith Southern, who holds the ball up and goes back towards Charlie Adam. Whips it to the edge of the box. The header is clear though for Arsenal from Gail Clichy on that left-hand side, and it goes as far as Craig Cathcart, who has a lot of supporters away to our right. Just probably about 4 rows away from here. Big Craig Cathcart fans that have made the trip here today. And Arsenal have got themselves a free kick now, because Aboué landed awkwardly. He was fouled, and a long ball forward from Fabregas, and Nasri is a mile offside, and derision from the fans away to our right here. It remains 0-0.
Well, it's an interesting tactic that Arsenal are being penned back into their own half quite a lot, so they're going for the longer ball. Arsenal usually one of the teams that when they get free kicks like that Cesc Fabregas had just inside his own half, they take a little 5-yard one and go and play, but they're looking straight away for the longer ball over the top for Van Persie and for Samir Nasri, and that's happened 3 or 4 times in this half.
Kingston with a long free kick for Blackpool, but it's returned and out for a throw-in on that right-hand touchline, because Arshavin put a decent challenge in on Cathcart. So it's going to be a throw into Blackpool, which Alex Baptiste will take. The last time that Blackpool beat Arsenal was in 1965, 5-3. That's the last time they beat them in the league. To be fair, they haven't met very often, have they, Dan? It has to be said. Fabregas holds the ball up on the halfway line now. Whips it forward for Van Persie, moving to the penalty area. Whips it across. Oh, and a chance for Arsenal. They have that lead with Abu Diaby. That was a trademark Arsenal goal. Fabregas for Van Persie away to the left. Blackpool caught on the hop. Diaby moving into the penalty area. Nobody picked him up. Nobody tracked him. And it's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 1.
What a great move from Arsenal. All started by Abu Diaby. He nicks the ball on the halfway line. Blackpool trying to overplay. Next, the longer ball again. The diagonal from Fabregas out to the left-hand side for Van Persie. One touch to steady himself level with the 18-yard box. Whips it hard and low in between the penalty spot and 6-yard box. And Diaby continues his run dead straight from centre circle to penalty spot. Arsenal 1-0 in the front, and you can tell Nigel, that although Blackpool had all of the play and all of the tempo, Arsenal were looking, weren't they, into the channels for that longer ball. Great finish.
First goal of the season for Abu Diaby. It's only his 10th appearance, to be fair, but it was a good run. It was well timed, and Ian Holloway will be furious that his side didn't track him. Basic defending, and that's one of the reasons why they haven't kept many clean sheets this season.
Well, it's definitely a plan, definitely a ploy that Arsene Wenger and the coaching staff at Arsenal have looked at today. Is let's not get involved so much in a midfield battle. They defend a very high line, Blackpool, with not a great deal of pace. One ball over the top is killing them at the moment.
Now Blackpool coming forward with Craney. Can they bounce back here at Bloomfield Road? Nasri wins it back for Arsenal though. Out wide here for Fabregas now. Holding the ball up. Puts it on his left foot. Tries to find Arshavin. Kingston is off his line. Had to be as well at pace. And has put it out for an Arsenal throw-in.
Would love to see the stats for Cesc Fabregas' passing over distance today. None of those beautiful 4 or 5 little yarders. They're all 20, 30 yard raking passes. Lots of joy Arsenal are getting from them.
Good defensive work here from Craney. Puts the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw into Arsenal. The Seasiders aren't happy about it. It's a sea of tangerine all around Bloomfield Road, apart from this half of the stand that we're in, where the Arsenal fans are. But it is the type of day where you can wear your replica shirt and show off your colours proudly. And the ball's away to the left-hand side on the halfway line now, and Gail Clichy for Arsenal goes back towards Lauren Koscielny. Square here now for Schillaci. Arsenal will be desperate to go on and really finish the job here at Bloomfield Road, and it will be another severe blow for Blackpool as the weekend takes another dramatic twist in the battle to beat the drop. Yesterday I was at Bolton, who beat West Ham United 3-0, and West Ham were poor, it has to be said. Nasri moves forward now for Arsenal into the penalty area. On the overlap, looking for it though, is Jack Wilshere, and he wins a throw-in on this near side. Nasri comes across. He's going to take it. Aboué calls for it and gets it. Arsenal on the attack again now then. They're a goal up here at Bloomfield Road. Wiltshire. And now it's a chance for... Emmanuel Aboué, lovely ball threaded through from Wiltshire, and Aboué has slotted it home, and Arsenal are in control here at Bloomfield Road. It's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2.
As Emmanuel Aboué comes over in front of the Arsenal faithful, kisses his badge, hugs an Arsenal fan. Great run, he just passes the ball to Jack Wilshere, little 1-2, edge of the box, he takes it off the length, roof of the net with a left foot pile driver, Alvin Martin.
Well, it's a great goal, isn't it, from Arsenal's point of view, but again, it's that weakness in the back line of Blackpool that's getting found out. They have got a lack of pace there, a little give and go, and I've got to say, once he's in there, if he hits the target, it's going to be a goal. And looking at Holloway on the sideline now, 2-0 down after 21 minutes, Dan, you would have thought no way back.
Well, full credit to Arsenal for the 2 goals that they've scored. They have been beautiful football goals. It's exactly what they tried to do against Blackburn in our commentary game last weekend on Talksport. There is a bit of concern here for Blackpool because there is a player down injured in the penalty area needing a bit of treatment. Craig Cathcart. Didn't quite see what caused that, but he is down injured. Graham Beecroft can perhaps tell us more pitch side. Beaky?
Yeah, I think it was just a collision as he went in to try to keep Aboué out. It was a beautiful move, and Ian Holloway on the bench trying to lift his players now. They've scored 2 goals, Arsenal, in the space of 3 minutes, and they're struggling badly, Blackpool, after a very good start. But interesting, after Aboué came over to the crowd on the far side of the ground to celebrate with the Arsenal supporters, the referee came across, didn't book him, but he has a necklace of some description on. He's had to take it off, put it down on the touchline, and he's told somebody from the bench to go round and get it. So a bit of an odd one in the celebration too.
Beaky, thanks very much. Arsenal haven't won in 5 games in all competitions before today. That was their worst run for 11 months. I said was, because surely that's going to change now. And they've won the ball back already from Blackpool restarting the game on the halfway line. Now here's Nasri. You do fear for Blackpool that this could turn into a heavy defeat now as the ball goes down the channel for Van Persie. It's put out though here on this left hand side by Stephen Craney for a throw into Arsenal, taken by Van Persie. Nasri now midway inside the Blackpool half. Here's Jack Wilshere, plays the ball out for Aboué now. Diaby and Aboué the goal scorers. Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2, midway through the first half. What do you think, Stan? Agree with me? You fear that Blackpool could be really tonked here now?
They've been penned back, and Arsenal playing all the football in the Blackpool half. They've settled, they're just knocking the ball around as we know they can. I think it was a great tactic to play those longer balls because the Blackpool central defensive unit were pushed way too high up the pitch. Anybody with pace could have exploited it. They've got their noses in front, and those 2 changes have made a massive difference.
Diaby's onside into the penalty area for Arsenal, squares it across, and it was a vital clearance from Cathcart, and now Blackpool bring it away, but Arsenal absolutely tearing Blackpool apart now. Fabregas out wide here for Nasri, holds the ball up, he's looking at his options. Fabregas is wide on the overlap on the right hand side again for Nasri, moving into the penalty area now, chips it across, and well, Arshavin was calling for it, but thankfully from a Blackpool point of view they're able to get the ball clear. It's a completely different game now, a collision there between Keith Southern and Jack Wilshere just inside the Blackpool half, and they're calling for treatment immediately, and it looks as though Jack Wilshere is in quite a bit of discomfort there, so there will be... It was
actually the ball, Nigel, that caught his head. It was a suggestion at first to just see it again. Southern and Jack Wilshere midway through the Blackpool half just go for the ball. It's the ball basically that cannons off Jack Wilshere's right cheekbone. Thought it might have been an elbow and he went down straight away, but he's up on his feet now.
So I'll be back underway very shortly, and the reason the game was stopped, and this is the point that Lee Mason is making, is that he thought it was a head injury. That being the case, the game was stopped straight away because there were some Blackpool players asking the question.
Well, that's the 65th goal that Blackpool have conceded this season. They've scored 45, so it doesn't take Albert Einstein to figure that if they continue this as the season goes on to its conclusion, that teams like Wigan, Wolves, West Ham, Blackburn, all with better defences, could well nick out of this, and it'll be Blackpool that would go down
Varney now plays the ball on the overlap, but again Arsenal have won it back deep in their own half. Fabregas plays it short here for Arshaving now. And Nasri's calling for it wide on the right. Instead they go down the Aboué route. Aboué holds the ball up just inside the Arsenal half, plays it short for Abu Diaby now. Arsenal coming forward with Wiltshire back on the field of play. Holds the ball up, looking for his options. Van Persie's calling for it. Clichy is wide on the left-hand side and latches onto that ball, but that's a good challenge going on that far side from Baptiste. Puts it out of play. First 10-15 minutes of this game, Blackpool enjoyed loads of possession. It's a different story now. They're 2-0 down and Arsenal are having all the ball as well, Stan.
I think that Blackpool's football dictates that they press high up the pitch, that they play the high tempo, that it's 4-3-3, the 3 midfield and the 3 up front all push a very high line, which drags the back 4 forward to the point where they are now, which is pretty much level with us, which isn't far up from the halfway line. One ball over the top for anybody with real speed. 6 or 7 times out of 10 you're going to get in.
Van Persie plays the ball short for Arshaving now. Wide on the left-hand side, Fabregas whips it into the penalty area. There's some good defensive work though from Cathcart. And Blackpool are able to bring the ball away. Southern is there, and they move it forward for DJ Campbell, who's beaten to it quite comfortably on that occasion by Schillaci. And now Charlie Adam goes in for a challenge, a strong crunching challenge midway inside his own half, and Blackpool have got the ball now, held up by Varney, and now moving forward is Southern for the Seasiders. Southern plays it for DJ Campbell, out wide here for Keith Southern once again. Charlie Adam now edge of the centre circle, holds the ball up and left-footed. That's a poor ball out wide. Punchin was there, but it's a poor ball from Charlie Adam away on this left-hand touchline. The Blackpool fans doing their best to raise their players' spirits, but it's not looking good for Blackpool as they're 2-0 down here against Arsenal, live on Talksport.
Well, if you're playing against teams that are struggling for confidence, then maybe you can come back into the game with your football and your attacking philosophy, but Arsenal are just taking the sting out of Blackpool's play by playing keep ball, making them chase all over the park. There'll be tired legs as the game goes on. Once you get into 60-70 minutes, wouldn't be at all surprised if Arsenal aren't 4 or 5-0 up at this rate.
Well, no side has kept a clean sheet in 14 league matches here at Bloomfield Road. That includes Blackpool, by the way. But it's looking good so far for Arsenal. 2-0 up here, goals from Diaby and Aboué. And remember, if Arsenal do get the victory here today, they will be 7 points behind Manchester United. I'm not quite saying race for the title back on, but it is a whole lot better than a 10-point margin. But surely Manchester United cannot be caught from here. Blackpool in the battle against relegation, meanwhile, have some fascinating games to come. Wigan at home, Newcastle at home, Stoke at home. So big 3 games coming up here at Bloomfield Road after today for Ian Holloway's side. They will still feel they can work away and get out of this mess. 6 games to go after this is still a long way to go. Blackpool have got to throw it on that far touchline. Alex Baptiste is going to take it now. It's 2-0 to Arsenal. We're approaching 29 minutes on Talksport with Sky Bet, and it's taken into the penalty area. DJ Campbell with his back to goal, and on the overlap was Adam, and he's taken the ball out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. Jens Lehmann with hardly anything to worry about so far, Stan.
Yes, and he'll be delighted. Goalkeepers, as long as it's as far away from them as possible, they can marshal and organise. Certainly wouldn't want to be putting him in against a Barcelona, would you? Be interested to see how he would cope with that, but all too easy for Arsenal at the moment. And those 2 men that Arsene has brought back into the side, Manu Aboué at right full back and Abu Diaby in midfield, both making their mark in this football match. Jack Wilshere just keeping the ball ticking along, and a good performance so far from the Gunners.
Well, Jack Wilshere has just been shoved off the ball, and that was Luke Varney. It's on the edge of the centre circle. Lee Mason is getting involved now. Wiltshire had the ball. Oh, Varney's just clattered into him. That is amazing. And
it looks as if a truck had hit him then, Jack Wilshere. He was facing his own goal just inside his own half, and Varney came in from behind. Ref gave a drop ball.
Amazing.
Should have been a free kick to Wiltshire.
Amazing. Ball's on the left-hand side now, and Stephen Craney. On the overlap now, coming forward is Jason Puncheon. Back for Craney. Can Blackpool get back into it here? Cross over, and there was Schillaci to put it away for a corner to Blackpool, away to our left. They need to get back into this as quickly as possible.
Well covered by Schillaci, just runs into the right-back area. The ball was played over the top to Craney, who'd made the run from left full-back. And Schillaci just covers round, as all good defenders should do, puts it out for the corner.
Corner's going to be taken on this left-hand side. It's whipped across, and there was Fabregas with some decent defensive work. Blackpool attacking right to left as we look across at the Jimmy Armfield end of this ground. And now Charlie Adam has the ball wide on the left-hand side. DJ Campbell's calling for it on the overlap. There's a challenge gone in there from Aboué, who's conceded a free kick. And an ironic cheer from the Blackpool fans after that free kick was given to Blackpool on the left-hand touchline. Sorry, Stan.
Yeah, you've always got a chance, haven't you, with Charlie Adams set pieces. Right level with the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. What, a good 6 or 7 players in there ready to attack it. His delivery is usually on point. Can somebody get on the end of it and get Blackpool back into this football match?
Charlie Adam it is then on this left-hand side, left-footed, whips it across. The header is away, though, superbly by Gael Clichy. And it's now onto the right-hand side for Blackpool as Jason Puncheon holds the ball up, and Cathcart puts it all the way back towards Richard Kingston in the Blackpool goal away to our right. He immediately launches it forward, was aiming there towards Taylor Fletcher, who's had a quiet game so far, and the ball's gone out of play on that far side, and Arsenal have got themselves a throw-in. They lead 2-0, they're in cruise control, and Blackpool have to get back into this game quickly, you feel. Terrific atmosphere. It's a full house here at Bloomfield Road. Ian Holloway will be a frustrated man right now because it was just 2 quick-fire goals that have taken the sting out of this game.
But Nigel, we don't have to be particularly great tacticians to see where those goals are going to come from. Cesc Fabregas was picking the ball up on the halfway line and just dinking 20-yard balls over the back 4. And it just becomes a race then. If that's Rooney, Drogba, Torres, any top striker that is asked to run 20-30 yards into green grass with a goal presented with a goalkeeper, more often than not they're going to score goals, and that's what Arsenal have done.
Blackpool have been a breath of fresh air to the Barclays Premier League. There's no doubt about that. As the ball comes forward towards Robin van Persie, snapshot in the penalty area, and Kingston was down to his left, but that was good again from Arsenal. Long ball forward, and van Persie got it down well, and the shot was saved by the keeper.
Wonderful ball from Cesc Fabregas again. That point's just on the halfway line, slightly to the right, diagonal, playing the ball in between Craig Cathcart and Alex Baptiste. Wonderful chest down and take by Robin van Persie. Gets it down, a beautiful side foot strike. Well saved though by Richard Kingston. Van Persie's looking sharp.
He is. Craney now has got the ball clear, and Blackpool have the ball just inside their own half. DJ Campbell held it up, and now it goes all the way back towards Craig Cathcart, and there is the keeper again to swipe it clear this time. Ball launched forward, but Arsenal will just see it go out of play. That's Gael Clichy on that left hand side. It'll be a throw in to them. Arsene Wenger will be a happy man right now. 2-0 up the Gunners, live on Talksport. 33 minutes gone. Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2. No doubt Blackpool have been a great addition to the Premier League. When I say have been, we wonder how much longer they will be in the Barclays Premier League. It's going to be a tense, touchy 6 games remaining. More ups and downs than the roller coasters just away to our left at the Pleasure Beach here in Blackpool. And now it's going to be a possession to Arsenal on the right-hand touchline. Throw into Aboué. And the Arsenal fans in good voice away to our left, as you would expect, here on Talksport at Bloomfield Road. The throw-in taken. Schillaci now holds it up, plays it forward now towards Diaby. Diaby moving forward, threads it through for Van Persie. What a challenge that is. Crucial challenge from Cathcart, and it goes behind for a corner to Arsenal.
Again, Arsenal's football, sublime, penetrative, just down that right-hand side. Abou Diaby breaks into the box, plays a little ball with the outside of the right foot into the path of Van Persie, but Cathcart saw the danger and well defended.
Fabregas whips it into the box, was looking for Van Persie there, but it was headed clear by Luke Varney. Up towards the centre circle, and DJ Campbell prods the ball wide left towards Stephen Craney, who launches an optimistic one towards the edge of the penalty area, and Jens Lehmann was there right on the edge of the box and just let it bounce in front of him and safely gathered the ball. Now he's played it short for Arsenal to start again. Wilshere moving towards the halfway line, holds the ball up under pressure here from Charlie Adam, and then plays it short towards Lauren Koscielny, all the way back towards Lehmann. If you've just joined us on Talksport this afternoon, Jens Lehmann started this game because Almunia tweaked a knee in the warm-up. He was also suffering from a virus as well, but he is sat on the bench, Manuel Almunia. But Jens Lehmann, at the age of 41 years and 5 months, starts this game for Arsenal. His 200th Gunners appearance. Yes, sat on 199 when he left the club. And some good defensive work from Arsenal there, chesting the ball back into the path of Lehmann, and it is all too comfortable for the visitors so far.
I think one of the problems is maybe come half-time when Ian Holloway's thinking about making the changes, he's not going to change the system at all. He'll stick with 4-3-3. You've got Andy Reid that potentially could come on. We know what his capabilities are with the ball at feet and good delivery. Brett Omerod, I thought, was desperately disappointing last week against Fulham. And James Beattie rather than DJ Campbell, but DJ Campbell has been the one that's caused problems when he's received decent ball, particularly going in behind Schillaci and Koscielny.
Well, it was Arsenal who became the first team to beat Blackpool in the Barclays Premier League. 6-0 at the Emirates. It's 2-0 here at Bloomfield Road now as Arshavin comes forward, running at pace into the penalty area. Falls here for Nasri. There's a shot blocked well, and Nasri is still able to pick the ball back up and put it out wide to the left-hand side. Arsenal retaining possession nicely here. Wilshere squares the ball here for Fabregas, who chipped it into the box. Looking here for Nasri. Oh, he's hit the post. The flag stayed down. Again, good work from Arsenal. They are tearing Blackpool apart. Nasri's shot hits the post. Beautiful football. It's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2.
Well, I'll be fascinated to know, maybe we can get Alvin Martin up very shortly, his thoughts at the two central defenders, because Cesc Fabregas is just picking the ball up anywhere from the halfway line, midway through the Blackpool half, just dinking it over the top of them. They're not reacting at all to the danger around them. Alvin, are you there?
I am, Stan. I totally agree with you. It's about communication. It's about seeing the danger before the actual danger materialises, and that's where they haven't been good all season. But they have got a lack of pace there. Everett's somebody that's good on the ball. When people run off him, he has a problem. And today, I think it's a really good example of why they've been on the run that they have. They've got to see the danger earlier, and they've got to anticipate what's happening.
Well, Van Persie has tried to thread the ball through for Cesc Fabregas, but the offside flag has gone up on this near touchline. And again, ironic cheers from the Blackpool supporters here.
I suppose the one problem is, Nigel, that if they defend a deep line, then you take in all the strikers. I mean, you're just looking now, DJ Campbell is 10 yards outside of the box. The two central defenders are walking up to the halfway line. Richard Kingston has the free kick midway through the half. Is that you've got to have really mobile central defenders that are clever, like Alvin says, to see the danger one step ahead of it, particularly against clever footballers today. But Arsenal aren't having to do anything special to get in time after time after time.
But they are playing well, Arsenal, and they're being allowed, you sense, to play the game that they like to play. Whereas Blackburn last Saturday at the Emirates stifled a lot of that, and Blackburn deserve great credit under Steve Keane for what they did at the Emirates last weekend. And now Blackpool come forward themselves with Ian Evatt. Tries to play the ball out wide, but it's intercepted by Diaby, and the ball goes all the way back from Keith Southern to the keeper, Richard Kingston, for Blackpool, who has been a regular for the Seasiders with 18 games under his belt. And the ball's gone all the way through now for Jens Lehmann away to our left. And a penny for Ian Holloway's thoughts now as we see him on our monitors.
Yeah, he's a lone figure in the technical area. I was going to say about Blackburn and Blackpool that still could see themselves relegated. You want a little mash-up of the two. You want Blackpool's attacking six and Ryan Nelson at Chris Samber at the central of Blackpool's defence. Then you've probably got a side between the two of them that'll stay in the Barclays Premier League.
Yep, and ball's held up on the right-hand side. Blackpool have the ball, edge of the centre circle now. And it's going to fall here. Is it to Keith Southern? No. Wilshere's intercepted. And now Wilshere coming forward. Plays it square for Fabregas. Now Blackpool have got to get back. The ball threaded through for Van Persie. Nasri was through as well. The offside flag stayed down. And now Lehmann is off his line to come out of the penalty area and deal with a long ball forward from Blackpool. Good work from the German. and the Blackpool fans giving the assistant referee some stick. Van Persie's beaten the offside trap, takes it around Kingston. Now he's going to play it into the first goal scorer of the Derby, taken too much time, and Craney is able to put it away for a corner, and the fans are going balmy at the assistant referee on this near side, who kept his flag down.
Well, it shouldn't be the assistant referee, it should be their back four. I mean, we're just looking along the line, we've got it, and he's onside. It's Craig Cathcart. There's just no communication between the two central defenders. They're 15 yards outside their own 18-yard box, and it's a bun fight for Arsenal's attackers, who can get in and get on the end of the ball. Absolutely keystone cops defending from Blackpool.
Yeah. Very well put, actually.
I mean, you and I could get in on this. It says slip the ball through.
I'm not just sure about
goal.
me, Stan. Come on. I'm not as fit as you. But I take your point. Wiltshire, edge of the penalty area, whips it across. The header is up, and there's Van Persie. The flag's up this time, though. Goal disallowed. And listen to the cheers from the Blackpool fans. But what they don't realise is that the assistant referee has been pretty much spot on all along.
Well, the corner came in, and it was nodded from the far post. The recycled Jack Wilshere it was that just dinked the ball to the far post, nodded down. Robin Van Persie was offside. He just ran off the back of DJ Campbell. Jason Puncheon, beg your pardon, at the far post and slotted the ball in. But if they continue to defend like this in this game, 6-0 replica of the result at the Emirates this season is not beyond the realms of possibility. The one caveat to that is will Arsenal try and walk the ball in every opportunity? When they start to get this, they haven't got a killer instinct. I mean, you think of Manchester United, a Berbatov, a Rooney, a Hernandez running into those positions.
Now a long ball played forward for Van Persie, and once again he's able to nip inside Craig Cathcart, but the ball was too far ahead of him, and it's gone behind for a goal kick to Blackpool. We're approaching half-time. There's 3 minutes of normal time remaining. There'll probably be a minute added on for stoppages in this first half at Bloomfield Road. If you've just joined us on Talksport, Jens Lehmann making his 200th appearance for Arsenal. He's starting this game because Almunia tweaked a knee during the warm-up, and goals so far from Abou Diaby and Emmanuel Aboué have given Arsenal a 2-0 lead here at Bloomfield Road. And Blackpool with just 1 win in 10, looking like 1 in 11 now. Arsenal, the draw specialists, their recent form, the dropped points have really cost them, as Manchester United yesterday we saw their victory, or you saw their victory yesterday, Stan. They won against West Ham when they were 2-0 down.
They won at a canter yesterday as well against Fulham. Fulham in decent form. We saw them beat Blackpool, of course, last week.
And now coming forward is Aboué, one of the Arsenal goal scorers. A third before the break would be a disaster for Blackpool. Tried to throw it through for Fabregas, but there's Kingston off his line for the Seasiders. Just going to try and survive until the break now. Then no doubt it'll be a tongue lashing from Ian Holloway in the dressing room at half time. Kingston now launches the ball forward. Going up for it for Blackpool was Gary Taylor-Fletcher. But it eluded him, and it's gone all the way back to Schillaci now for the Gunners, who squares it for Koscielny, and coming forward now wide to the left-hand side, Clichy moving towards the halfway line. Plays it forward to Arshavin. He's going to square the ball now, and this is good from Arsenal, playing nice football in the centre circle. Ball's played forward towards Fabregas, and out wide now for Samir Nasri. Fabregas is calling for it again, and Aboué returns it to him, but that's a poor through ball for Cesc Fabregas, and the ball's held up here on this near side by Jason Puncheon, and a challenge has gone in on Gary Taylor-Fletcher, and the referee Lee Mason has given a free kick to Blackpool just inside the Arsenal half. We're in the closing stages of this first half. 1 minute of normal time remaining here at Bloomfield Road on Talksport, and it's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2. Adam with the set piece towards the penalty area, but again the header from Luke Barney is nowhere near the target, and Jens Lehmann has been given a pretty easy ride in this first half, I would suggest. Yeah, the first 10-15 minutes was Blackpool's really. They started at a very high tempo and got into good advanced positions from wide. Jason Puncheon, Gary Taylor-Fletcher, DJ Campbell looked nice and lively. Alex Baptiste even was coming up from right full back to overlap, but once Arsenal got the first goal, they've just dominated possession. They've got a not really nice mixed bag, actually. I think that one of the criticisms of Arsenal sometimes is play too much. They've played longer balls, shorter balls, dominated play. Nasri finds Wiltshire on the overlap, who tries to dink it across for Arshavin, but there was Kingston to divert the ball away, and now Blackpool have got the ball just inside their own half, and there's a strong run from Fabregas to intercept, and it's going to fall back here now towards Alex Baptiste on that right-hand touchline, and it's going to be a throw into Blackpool. The 45 minutes are up. 2 minutes to be added on at the end of this first half. We should always say a minimum of 2 minutes to be added on, and well, it's going to be a yellow card. Abu Dhabi has just kicked the ball from one side of the pitch across to the other, and it's going to be yellow carded for that.
It's a silly one, isn't it? Just referee had given the free kick. He just boots the ball over to this side of the pitch where we are, in a fantastic vantage point, fantastic commentary point here at Bloomfield Road, like you say, bathed in sunshine. But Ian Holloway needs to have I mean, he's defended his team to the hilt, but it's amateurish defending. And amateurish goals, to be fair, too easy for Arsenal to score.
Taylor Fletcher on the right-hand side has taken the ball from that free kick from Adam, moves into the penalty area. He's gone down and whips the ball across, and a chance here for Blackpool. Jens Lehmann is equal to it, and they're able to scramble the ball away. Cathcart was in there, and now Lehmann has got the ball clear to Wiltshire quickly, and now on the right-hand side is Aboué. Calling forward is Van Persie. He's offside, but Aboué holds the ball up. Now Van Persie is onside, takes the ball away. He's appealing for a penalty. The referee isn't interested. Bring the ball away now, Blackpool. It's livened up in time added on at the end of this first half. Be interested to see that goalmouth scramble again. It was hard to see from here exactly what impact Jens Lehmann made in that goalmouth scramble, as Blackpool are desperate to get back into this game late in this first half. The ball's held up now on that right-hand side from Baptiste. Now Arsenal have won it back. Fabregas, edge of the centre circle, will take the sting out of the game. He's spotted Richard Kingston off his line and has tried a cheeky chip from inside his own half to try and beat him.
Well, that was Beckham against Wimbledon all those years ago that set him off on superstardom. Kingston pretty much on the penalty spot. Cesc Fabregas approaching the centre circle. Just tries to hit that 45-yard ball over his head. Very cheeky indeed. But going back to the Luke Varney cross, whips it in near post. It was DJ Campbell that just got a little touch on it. I'll make that a really good goalkeeping save by Jens Lehmann. Gets down quickly, gets the ball in his midriff, gets his hands around it quickly. First real action, first real good save.
And now Blackpool coming forward with Keith Southern. Oh, he's beaten to it though, quite comfortably as well, as the referee blows the whistle for half-time. Blackpool started well. The first 10 minutes they had plenty of possession. Jens Lehmann starting this game at the age of 41 years and 5 months after Manuel Almunia pulled up with a knee injury during the build-up to the game, and then goals from Abu Dhabi and Emmanuel Aboué have handed Arsenal a 2-0 lead at the break. Stan Collymore.
Yes, the two changes made the difference. Aboué down the right full back, aggressive runs from that full back area. Diaby with a really good goal, but you have to say Blackpool's defending was awful. If you are going to have slow central defenders, I'm not disputing their ability when balls are being crossed in the box, but if you can have relatively slow central defenders 25 yards outside of their own 18-yard box, and you're asking Whippets to run in behind him, you're going to create chances, and that's what Arsenal did.
Blackpool in trouble then here at Bloomfield Road. When they met at the Emirates earlier in the season, it was 6 to Arsenal. They've currently got 2. What will happen in the second half? Find out with us on Talksport.
Yeah, full live commentary of that second half. Remember, Newcastle were 4 down to Arsenal and drew 4-4, so it ain't all over yet, and that chance right at the end of the first half would have been undeserved for Blackpool, but it could have got them back into it. And I know Ian Holloway told his players to go and have beers this week, but the back four look drunk at the moment. Let's catch up with the European Cup rugby. Talksport's Russell Hargreaves.
Yeah, 18 minutes on the clock here in Milton Keynes. It's Northampton 7, Ulster 6. It's been an intense and end-to-end battle so far between these two proud former champions. Northampton took a 7-0 lead courtesy of a try on 3 minutes from big prop Sonny Tongoy here. It was after a mix-up in the Ulster defence, that try converted by Stephen Myler. But back have come the visitors. 2 excellent well-struck penalties from distance by Ian Humphreys means there's just a point in it at the moment. Northampton 7, Ulster 6.
And let's catch up with the SPL game, find out how Rangers are getting on at Hamilton. Jeff Peters?
Well, Rangers lead Hamilton by 1-0. 15 minutes remaining. Rangers have been unconvincing, but still lead thanks to a stunning Jelavic free kick just before before half-time. Hamilton are doing okay, actually. They certainly don't look like a side who have gone 21 without a league win. It's 73 years since they last beat Rangers in the league. And as for Rangers, they are unbeaten. How about this for stat of the day? Unbeaten in their last 276 league matches where they've led at half-time. On occasions, they've led a charm life. McGregor has just made a very good save. Hamilton have made all three changes. Carrington, Chambers and McAllister, the players to have come on. Ness and El Hadj Diouf have been introduced for Rangers. Last 14 minutes or so at New Douglas Park, and Rangers are holding on here against Hamilton by 1-0.
So it's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2, half-time on Talksport. Alvin Martin will dissect that first 45 minutes next, right here on the Sunday exclusive on Talksport.
Sunday exclusive on Talksport with Sky Bet Mobile. Bet in play on all Barclays Premier League games on your phone with a wide range of markets at your fingertips. Bet wherever you are with Sky Bet Mobile.
Get it straight from Selco.
I'm on the go from job to job. I quote, I work, no time to stop. But there's one place I go for stock.
Get it straight from Selco.
All that I need, I know they've got. And at a price that hits the spot. The guys who work there know what's what.
Get it straight from Selco.
So let's just get it straight. They're this busy tradesman's mate. They're not just good, they're flaming great.
Get it straight from Selco.
Selco.
It's where the trades go.
That chip on your windscreen could easily crack and cost you your insurance excess. So get it repaired by Autoglass. We'll come to wherever's most convenient to you to do the job. And if you're fully comp, it's usually free and won't affect your no claims.
Call Autoglass directly on 0800 234 234 or book online at autoglass.co.uk.
Autoglass repair, Autoglass replace. Live, love, drive. The Renault Retail Group. With over 20 dealerships, we sell one in every 4 Renaults in the UK. If you love Renault, you'll love the Renault Retail Group. Find your nearest dealer and find out why we're different. Click renaultretail.co.uk.
This is buildbase.co.uk. Insulation to aggregates, dry lining to lighting, timber to tools, bricks to baths, roofing to radiators, decking to damp-proof. Visit buildbase.co.uk and see what you can order online. Buildbase.co.uk. Visit our site so we can deliver to your site. Buildbase. Order anytime at buildbase.co.uk.
Talk Sport. Sports Update.
In the Barclays Premier League, Arsenal lead Blackpool by 2-0 at Bloomfield Road at half-time. A win for the Gunners would reduce the gap on leaders Manchester United to 7 points. Exclusive national commentary on the second half coming up on Talk Sport. Today's other Premier League game sees Aston Villa take on Newcastle. That kicks off at 4. And in Scotland, Rangers currently lead 1-0 at Hamilton in the SPL. Formula One world champion Sebastian Vettel has won the Malaysian Grand Prix for Red Bull. It's now 2 wins out of 2 this season for the German. And Rory McIlroy holds a 4-shot lead going into today's final round of the Masters at Augusta. More sports news can be found on the website talksport.co.uk.
Andy Goldstein's Sports Bar, tonight from 9 on Talksport. Yeah, they bring the stars out, they bring the players and the games and a carry out. Let's have a weekend celebration, light a cigar, cause we got all this on the Sports Bar.
With Andy Goldstein, Saturday and Sunday, every weekend.
All on Talksport on the Sports Bar. Andy Goldstein's Sports Bar. Tune in before you pass out. Tonight from 9 on Talksport. You get me?
Fabregas holds the ball up on the halfway line now. Whips it forward for Van Persie, moving to the penalty area. Whips it across. Oh, and a chance for Arsenal. They have that lead with Abu Diaby. That was a trademark Arsenal goal. Fabregas for Van Persie away to the left. Blackpool caught on the hop. Diaby moving into the penalty area. Nobody picked him up. Nobody tracked him. And it's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 1. Arsenal on the attack again now then. They're a goal up here at Bloomfield Road. Wiltshire. And now it's a chance for... Oh! Emmanuel Aboué. Lovely ball threaded through from Wiltshire. And Aboué has slotted it home. And Arsenal are in control here at Bloomfield Road. It's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2.
Yeah, I think Nigel just about summed that up. Arsenal in control. Now, there's a phrase that a lot of football fans use when their team isn't doing well, Alvin Martin, and that is, what do they do all week? So what exactly does the Blackpool back four do all week?
Well, what it shouldn't be allowed to do is go out and have a drink, because that hasn't worked, has it? I mean, they have been really, really poor. I mean, you know, the game is at 2-0, and they are still in it, Blackpool, and Ian Holloway will be in his dressing room at the moment saying, do you know what, we're still in this game, but we shouldn't be.
It could be 5, couldn't it?
They should be out of sight. I mean, the third goal's the crucial goal in any game. If you're 2-0 up, the third goal kills it, because, you know, obviously at Blackpool now, if they come out in the second half, I can't believe for a moment they're going to be as bad as they were in the first half, and they nick a goal, then you know there could be a turn in the game, there could be a twist in the tail. Arsene Wenger, you could see chance after chance after chance goes begging, and he's getting more and more agitated, because he knows if they don't kill the game off, Blackpool could come again. But they are all over the place. I mean, in midfield they've been totally outplayed. The build-up of Arsenal's attacks has been too easy. We did say if they were going to get after Arsenal, they were going to get anything out of this game, they'd have got to get in their faces. They've got to put them under pressure. But they're passing the ball from back to front with so much ease, so much space, Adrian. And once they do get anywhere near the final third, one simple ball played in, over, or behind the two centre-halves is getting them in all day long. Now, you know, there's one thing, Abe, when you see great movements, somebody coming short, somebody twisting, the ball going into a front man, somebody making a third man run, that's hard to read, you know, and getting in, that's one thing. But when every time Fabregas or one of the midfielders gets it, Diaby or Abue, they're just playing the ball simply, you know where it's going. And no, they're just letting people run. The two centre-halves are letting people run in behind them when they should be anticipating where the danger is, seeing it early, then they're there and they can either, if they can't win the ball, they're at least putting that man under pressure. But they've been through one-on-one 3 or 4 times, Arsenal, with ease.
So what, is that because the defenders, the individuals, aren't good enough, or is it because they're not being trained in the right way or coached in the right way? What is it? Because at times you've had the right back behind the centre half and they're all appealing for offside, and it's just looked ridiculous at times.
Well, I think there's got to be a coaching element to this, Adrian, because I'll tell you now that while we can look at the two centre halves, okay, and say that they should be doing better, I know after playing that position for a long time is there should be pressure on the ball. If there's pressure on the ball, then the amount of time that people have got to make a run is incredibly difficult. So you can actually let a Pearson run because they've got to go early, because the ball's under pressure. You can let them run because they're going to run offside. If they've got so much time to make the run whenever they want, and there's no pressure on the man that's got the ball, who's supplying the ball, then defending comes increasingly difficult. So it's a combination of things. But really, what I'm saying is that not one part of their team has functioned. They haven't created anything apart from a scramble right at the end of the half. Lehmann's had a free ride. They haven't pressed high up the pitch. They haven't contested the midfield. They haven't gone with runners at the back. I mean, if you put all them things together, Adrian, you should, against a team like Arsenal, be 5-0 down, and they should be.
Yeah, they could well be 5 down at least. And I think, let's give credit to Arsenal, because I think Blackpool probably don't look this bad. I know they've been losing games, but they probably don't look this bad every week, and that's because they're used to playing against maybe 2 strikers who just stand there and wait for the ball, or a 4-5-1, so there's less for them to defend against. And what I'm saying is, let's give credit to Arsenal, because their midfield runners have been phenomenal, and they've made them look weak, haven't they?
Well, I think Diaby has been particularly good in midfield. Bowie has really played like a right winger, and they have got a weakness down that side. You know, I feel that they need to really sort that out here at Blackpool. But, you know, where we said it before the game, Arsenal are no pushovers. We can talk and criticise Arsenal and Arsene Wenger for a multitude of things this season. They all have our opinion on it. But one thing is for sure, they've got more resilience than they have had for a long time. They've lost 2 games away from home. I think that says it all. Now, you don't go to this stage of the season only losing 2 games away from home if you haven't got resilience, if you haven't got something about you. But one thing that they've been guilty of for a long time now is that, as well as they've played, and you know, you find it very difficult for an away team to go away and dominate and create as many chances as Arsenal have today at Bloomfield Road and not win a game. Now, they still haven't won the game because the third goal is the one that wins the game for them. So they have to be more clinical. And Stan mentioned it in the commentary there. If it was Manchester United, would Hernandez or Berbatov or Wayne Rooney miss the amount of chances that Arsenal have? I'd say no. And they do have that much more clinical effect, you know, on games because of the strikers that they've got. There's only Van Persie in their side, who I think is clinical, who prides himself on goals per season. The rest are all good little footballers who will weigh in with some goals. And they have to correct that, Arsenal.
It's criticism in context, though, because we've seen season after season Arsenal, all right, not winning anything, but they regularly bully teams that are in relegation danger. And because this is what they're doing this afternoon. So that they might come away from Blackpool this afternoon with a 4-0, 5-0, 6-0 win even, and we might be drooling about how fantastic their football is, but come the crunch, they don't actually turn that into trophies or don't turn it into a title win. So the criticism of Arsene Wenger you were talking about then is all in context. Yes, they play great football. They're not a bad side at all. They regularly make the Champions League, but it's whether he should be taking them to the next level, and that's why we criticise him.
Yeah, but I don't think this is just down to the management, Adrian. Let me just say that in great sides gone by, and I think even, Arsenal sides gone by, the Manchester Uniteds, the Liverpools in the 80s, if I was watching this game for one of them great sides, okay, and I seen the amount of chances that Arsenal have created, okay, and let's say it's that Liverpool side in the 80s, and Ian Rush has gone through, or Dalglish has gone through 4 or 5 times and should have scored and doesn't kill the game off. Do you think the likes of Souness and Ronnie Whelan and Ray Houghton and people like that wouldn't be going, hey, finish it off? They know how important it is to kill teams off. I think there's got to be people on the pitch who demand more of each other and say, no, well, that's not good enough. I want to see you. And if you end up having a little row on the pitch, then that's fine. That's healthy. But I think they've got to be more demanding of each other around them, because there's been so many good things about Arsenal's performance here that they should be out of sight. And it's the tight games when you don't create as many chances, that you win 1-0 instead of drawing. And they have drawn a lot of games this year.
Back to Bloomfield Road in just a second for the second half live on Talksport. Let's update you on the rugby though, first of all. Russell Hargreaves.
Yeah, it's still Northampton 7, Ulster 6 in this European quarter-final, but Northampton have got a penalty chance for Stephen Myler to potentially extend that lead. It's after a lengthy spell of pressure from the home side. They lead courtesy of Sonny Tongo. He has tried 2 penalties for the visitors from Ian Humphreys. Northampton 7, Ulster 6.
Yeah, still 1-0 to Rangers as well inside the last 5 minutes of the 90 at Hamilton. Is there any way back for Blackpool, or is it done?
Well, I said to you that Ian Holloway, number one, be downstairs in that dressing room saying, right, okay, we are so lucky to still be in this game, because 1 goal gets us back in it, okay? The other thing he'll be saying is, I do not want you to over-respect Arsenal. It's far too easy. Let's get after them. We're as good as them. We're in the Premier League. Why are we in the Premier League? Because we actually fought tooth and nail to get here. Are we just going to roll over and die? Because that's what it looks like in the first half. You're over-respecting people. You're not putting the effort in that you did to get into the Premier League and to stay in the Premier League. You have to work a lot harder. You have to be a lot nastier. Get your foot in. Let's ruffle a few feathers. Let's give the crowd something to cheer. That crowd has had nothing to cheer in the first half. So I think it's a time. There's a time, as I've always said, Adrian, to protect your players. There's a time to rollicking him. And I reckon rollicking is the only thing that he should be doing in that dressing room at the moment.
And next goal crucial, yeah?
Yeah, I think if Blackpool get it, the game opens up. If Arsenal get it, the game should be dead.
It is 2-0. It is easy for Arsenal so far. The second 45, Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2, live and exclusive national radio commentary on Talksport. Let's take you back to Bloomfield Road with Stan Collymore and Nigel Pearson.
Yes, welcome back everyone. A beautiful sunny afternoon up here on the north-west coast of Great Britain. The filed coast it is here. Sunny Blackpool, where just up the road from here there's a considerable amount of people enjoying this Sunday afternoon by the tower, on the North Shore, on the beach, and here there's 16,000 fans, many of them worried about Blackpool's immediate future in the Barclays Premier League, as they're sat on 33 points from their games so far, just a point away from the bottom 2. And it looks as though there's no changes to either side at half-time. Arsenal in their yellow shirts and their claret shorts and socks, attacking right to left, the Jimmy Armfield stand, and away to our left. And we're underway for the second half. It's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2. It's live, exclusive national radio commentary with Nigel Pearson and Stan Collymore here on Talksport, as Arsenal come forward already on the right-hand side of play with Jack Wilshere, holds the ball up, and there's going to be a foul there already in the early stages of this second half on Abue. Blackpool to win 30-1 with Sky Bet, and the draw 16-1. It's actually 50-1. The handwriting my handwriting is terrible. It's 50-1 for Blackpool to win, 16-1 on the draw. Odds with Sky Bet as we start this second half at Bloomfield Road. Coming forward now, Arsenal on the right hand side with Wiltshire, but there already is Jason Puncheon to win the ball back, and there's a free kick conceded now on the left hand touchline. And as Adrian said, I couldn't agree more with Adrian. He said it was all too easy in that first half, and people down in the press room, our colleagues in the media, just talking about the defending in that first half, and everybody agreed it was just shocking. And however Ian Holloway will perhaps try and defend the defending, maybe he won't after the game. Maybe he'll just.
I don't think you can. I mean, it's that simple. Whereby you have a scenario whereby defenders that are relatively slow defending a too high a line, and you've got players with pace exploiting it. It really is that simple. That's handball in the box, by the way, by Abu Diaby.
Abu Diaby, yeah.
A blatant handball, that's a penalty.
Yeah, he's just handled the ball in the penalty area. It was his left hand. How the assistant.
And it was deliberate as well, Nigel. He kind of tried to play it almost round the player with his hand. That's handball. Just have a look at a replay. Handball, penalty.
Yeah, and the assistant on this near side didn't see it, didn't give it. To be fair, Lee Mason was on the blind side of that. But that could have been interesting early on in the second half here at Bloomfield Road. It's Blackpool 0, Arsenal 2, and Jack Wilshere has now just been fouled midway inside. In fact, he's committed the foul, and it's going to be a free kick to Blackpool. Charlie Adam is the man who's going to take it. Now, can Blackpool get an early goal in this second half? That's exactly what they need. Don't forget Collymore coming up at the end of this game as well, reacting to all the weekend's action. 08717 223344. Adam whips the ball into the penalty area. It was easy though on that occasion for Abu Diaby to get the ball clear. Moving forward now, Ian Evatt is just seeing the ball move out of play, and it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal on that far side, as I just try and stretch my neck because one of those poles in this temporary stand is just blocking my view.
I think a test for Arsenal today, bearing in mind that the opportunities they've had, and we mentioned that high line that Blackpool defended, is how they can go and punish Blackpool. Alvin and Adrian were talking about, going and finishing sides off. Maybe could have been 3 or 4-0 at half time, and maybe that's too much of an ask, but I don't think it was, bearing in mind that the chances that they had. 4-0, Arsene Wenger can start making substitutions, rest players for big games ahead. 2-0, if that penalty is given back into 2-1, you're giving a team that really has no right to be back in the football match.
Well, that's a foul on Luke Varney on that far side, so it's going to be a free kick to Blackpool. Arsenal's next few games, by the way: Liverpool at home, Tottenham away, Bolton away, Manchester United at home, so a tough run of games for Arsenal. But Charlie Adam puts the ball into the penalty area, and the first time shot coming in from Luke Varney has gone wide, and if only they could have got an early goal in this second half, Blackpool. That was a free kick delivered in from the left hand side, and Luke Varney has just put it wide. If only he got it on target, there was a great chance there.
Real chance. Robin van Persie just caught napping a little bit as the free kick was taken over on the left hand side of the 18-yard box. It was whipped in with real pace towards the near side of the 6-yard box. Varney made the run near post. I think Robin van Persie just didn't track him all the way. That counts as a chance.
Fabregas, edge of the centre circle now, just inside his own half, launches the ball forward. Headed clear though, and now Jack Wilshere plays it short for Nasri. Wilshere tries to dink the ball through, but again Blackpool are able to intercept. Keith Sutton got the ball away, and that was Luke Varney on that occasion who plays it to the left hand side, and Charlie Adam. DJ Campbell's going to really launch after this now, and coming across to put it out of play is Koscielny. Good work from Blackpool, but they started the first half like this, I have to say. And now the throw is taken for Charlie Adam, and his first touch lets him down, and Cesc Fabregas has put a challenge in, and now Blackpool will come again. A long ball forward to the right hand side for Taylor Fletcher, and he played it square towards Keith Sutton, but they're able to get it clear again now, Arsenal. Blackpool possession at the start of this second half. The intent is there, the effort is there, as Cathcart now launches one wide right to left, as the ball's held up on the left-hand side now, and Cesc Fabregas is there for Arsenal to bring the ball away, but again they're fighting for everything. Blackpool punching is there, but no, he's lost it, and now Arsenal come clear again. Abu Diaby plays the ball out wide towards Arshavin on this left-hand touchline. He threads it through for Van Persie into the penalty area, switches it across, and the clearance is from Ian Evatt for an Arsenal throw-in level with the edge of the penalty area.
Swift attack by Arsenal, good attacking play. Abu Diaby midway through his own half just pops it out to Andre Arshavin, that makes ground down the left hand side. Really good run right to left from Robin van Persie. He's looking very sharp, isn't he? Making really good strikers runs down the left, gets the cross in, moves Arsenal further up the pitch.
Fabregas now has the ball, plays it to the edge of the box, and Diaby, who switches it from left to right. The ball's over on that far side, and Aboué He's got the ball again and plays it square for Wilshere, moving from right to left, and now here's Arshavin. Puts the ball into the penalty area. Van Persie went up for the header. It's into the path though of Charlie Adam, who brings it down and holds the ball up well and tries to play it short. On a foul committed by Wilshere, but the referee has allowed play to continue. Luke Varney has gone down, and now the ball's running through here for That's got to be a penalty.
He's going to give it.
It's a goal for Blackpool. Advantage play. Gary Taylor-Fletcher has put the ball in the back of the net, and that was kamikaze from Arsenal on that occasion. It's game on at Bloomfield Road. It's Blackpool 1, Arsenal 2.
Well done, referee. Could have given the foul midway through the Blackpool half. He didn't. He allowed play to go on. He gives Jack Wilshere the yellow card just as an aside. Whereas Blackpool drive right through the centre of the pitch. Where is the Arsenal defending? Where is Koscielny and Scalacci? One ball played to the right hand side. DJ Campbell goes round Jens Lehmann. They let play go on, and it ends up with a fairly simple tap in. Blackpool are back in the game. 2-1 Alvin Martin.
Well, we said, Stan, you don't kill games off. You allow the opposition to still be in the game, which they had done in that first half. There's always a chance with Blackpool's never say die attitude that they're going to come back in. But this is poor defending. They've got a 4 versus 3 situation, Arsenal. DJ Campbell makes the run. Boué actually doesn't see it, and they get something of it. But I've got to say, Stan, they started off the second half so much better than they've played throughout the first half. He must have dished a few rollickins out because the players have responded, but they've been more positive. They're not giving Arsenal as much respect, and they're looking so much a better team for it.
Well, the referee Lee Mason getting it absolutely spot on there as he let the game flow and gave a yellow card as well. It's game on here because Blackpool are battling with Taylor-Fletcher again, moving towards the edge of the penalty area. He's still got it, edge of the box. Is there a foul in the box? No, it's fallen here to DJ Campbell, and it's into the arms of Jens Lehmann, and Blackpool are appealing for a penalty, for a foul there on Gary Taylor-Fletcher. But Lee Mason's having none of it. What a game this has emerged into now in the early stages of this second half. 53 minutes gone, and you can hear the noise levels being raised all around Bloomfield Road.
Well, Arsenal are rattled. Must be something about that end of the pitch, because they're looking as if Arsenal's back four, like Blackpool's back four were in the first half. A really positive run by Gary Taylor-Fletcher, and again, suggestion that Lauren Koscielny gives away the penalty. That's 2. Let's just have a little look. Knocks the ball past him, he plays the ball and then gets done by Lauren Koscielny. So maybe the suggestion that the ball had already been played by the referee. But good attacking, aggressive play in the final third from Blackpool. They've got the crowd behind them. Surely they can't come back.
I think that's a decent decision by Lee Mason again. He's jumped over the legs of the defender, and the ball had already been played, in my opinion, and Lee Mason's opinion, obviously. But for referees, they have to make that decision in the spur of the moment. We've got the benefit of replays in our commentary position here at Bloomfield Road. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal, wide on the right-hand side of play now. Ball whipped in towards the edge of the 6-yard area from Robin Van Persie. Punched clear by Kingston into the path, though, of Jack Wilshere, and he launches a shot well off target.
Well, they've got what they wanted at the start of the half, a response. Ian Holloway, I'm sure to give his team a flea in their ear. They started off, like you said, Nigel, in commentary, like they did in the first half, which was high tempo. And what Arsenal managed to do in the first half was to ride the first 10-15 minutes and then get some joy by playing those little balls dinked over the top. What's been more noticeable is where Cesc Fabregas and Jack Wilshere were picking the ball up on the halfway, playing those little dink balls over the top for the runs of Van Persie. Now the midfield players in and around the Blackpool midfield, Adam, Southern, Punchin, all rattling into Fabregas and to Wilshere every opportunity to try and stop those balls going through to Van Persie.
At half-time, it looked all over. There's hope for Blackpool now. They're fighting for their lives in the Barclays Premier League. And this whole game is live on Talksport from Bloomfield Road. Blackpool 1, Arsenal 2. Now Jason Punchin has the ball and squares it towards Adam, but it's run away on that far side into the path of Sami Nasri. Arsenal would love a third goal to try and calm it down again, because they are rattled. Now Blackpool have won the ball back again. Ball squared out wide to the right-hand side, and Taylor-Fletcher is going to whip the ball into the penalty area. Oh, that was a golden opportunity for Blackpool to level the game in the flash of a glancing header on target. That could so easily have been 2-2, but Keith Southern has put it wide of the right-hand post. Worst miss of the season for me. Blackpool get the ball right-hand side of the 18-yard box. Really good cross by Gary Taylor-Fletcher, unmarked, 3 yards out. Instead of punching the header down into Jens Lehmann's net, he tries to flick header it. Do not crane your neck, do not move your head, just let it go back where it came from, and he scores that one. A real glaring opportunity for Blackpool. And Blackpool have got the ball back and won it back superbly. Adam now threads the ball down towards Luke Varney on the left-hand side. He's going to play the ball across towards Punchin. It's a vital header clear by Gael Clichy. Into the path now of Arshavin. He lets Clichy loose on the left-hand side. Here come Arsenal again. Ball played wide towards Van Persie. There's nobody on him. He's going to have to be closed down. He puts it on his left. He puts it on his right. He can't quite get the shot in. And now the ball's played short for Fabregas. Good defending by Blackpool. And Punchin goes in with a strong challenge on Arshavin as well. Oh, it's getting feisty out there.
Now we've got a game on our hands. Blackpool are defending. The ball works out to Robin Van Persie on the right. He cuts back, pops it to Fabregas on the penalty spot. Southern puts in a really good block, and then they defend their lines and clear the ball there. And Ian Holloway's looking like a tiger prowling in the technical area over there at Blackpool. Why didn't they do this first half?
Full time, Hamilton Rangers, Jeff Peters.
And Rangers have beaten Hamilton 1-0. The set SPL's bottom side left to rue an early missed penalty. Dougie Imrie's spot kick saved by McGregor. Rangers not great today. They won it thanks to Jelovic's brilliant free kick just before half time. They go within 2 points of Celtic at the top. Both played the same number of games. Hamilton 0, Rangers 1.
Half time in the rugby. We'll get that very shortly because Blackpool are in the Arsenal penalty area with Jason Punchin. Good defending though by Arsenal and Gael Clichy, and it looks as though it's going to be a corner to Blackpool very quickly. Half time rugby update. Russell Hargreaves.
Northampton 10, Ulster 13. The visitors lead a very tight and hard fought European Cup quarter final thanks to Ireland international Andrew Trimble's well taken try after good work by fellow winger Simon Danieli 7 minutes before the break. Ian Humphries has landed 8 points for the visitors. The home side have had 5 points from the boot of Stephen Myler and an early try from Sane Tonga here. It's nip and tuck at the break. Northampton 10, Ulster 13.
Corner taken by Adam is whipped away though into the path here of Stephen Craney on the halfway line. Craney holds the ball up and puts it on his left foot. It's swung all the way to the left-hand side of play now as the ball's chipped back into the penalty area. It was aimed there for Luke Varney, but it was headed clear, and now here's Fabregas, but his control lets him down. It's all Blackpool. I never thought I'd be saying that at this stage of the game. Craney has played the ball wide to the left-hand touchline and won a throw-in for, guess who? Blackpool.
The difference has been in the central midfield area. I'm just about to see Andy Reid come on. Beaky will keep us updated there. Punchin, Adam and Southern have been more aggressive in central midfield, denying Arsenal time and space. Every time Cesc Fabregas has got it, Blackpool have won it back.
Punchin again, moves to the edge of the penalty area. It's blocked into the path of Jack Wilshere now. He's going to bring the ball away. This is dangerous because Blackpool are pressing and Arsenal could catch them on the break, but that's brilliant work back there from Alex Baptiste. Absolutely superb backtracking and a wonderful tackle. Graham Beecroft is pitch side with news of a substitution. Graham?
Yes, Andy Reid is the player that's going to come on the field, and Luke Varney is coming off. So I think they're looking at the fact that they've had some possession of the ball down the left-hand side. He's a natural left-footer, Reid, and maybe they're going to use it that way. But Reid coming into a more central position as it stands, maybe they're wanting more creativity. Stan will fill us in on that one as the game goes on.
Yeah, without a doubt, he has got quality, Andy Reid. Arshavin, left-footed, tries to play the ball into the penalty area, but it's curled away behind that goal for a goal kick to Blackpool, away to our left. Arsene Wenger talking to Pat Rice, and there's going to be another substitution here for Arsenal. Any time now, probably after this goal kick's taken. Theo Walcott is the man who's ready to come on for the Gunners away on that far side. But it looks like, oh no, it's going to be, the substitution is going to be made after this goal kick is taken by Kingston now. The return header is from Abu Diaby. Blackpool are able to get the ball forward again, aimed towards DJ Campbell. The offside flag is up though, and Jens Lehmann puts the ball on the floor, and we are going to see that substitution. Graham Beecroft.
Yes, and as you say, it's Theo Walcott who's coming on the field. Just checking to see who's going off. It's Andre Arshavin, the player that's going off. So Walcott's pace going to try and stretch the Blackpool defence and put Arsenal back on the front foot.
Thanks, Graham. For me, I think Arshavin today has been struggling to make an impact. Throughout all Arsenal's good play when they were 2-0 up, I just get the feeling that Arshavin didn't really make much of an impact today, Stan.
Not at all over on that left-hand side, even when Arsenal were having that fantastic spell for 25 minutes in the second half. He was really a passenger. It was Nasri, Diaby, and in particular Robin van Persie. But for me, can Blackpool sustain the tempo? Big question mark.
Fabregas plays the ball through to Van Persie with a shot. Oh, it's just gone wide of the left-hand post. That could have really been a killer blow for Blackpool, as Van Persie pulled the ball across the face of goal and wide of the left-hand post. Still 2-1 up Arsenal.
Very good effort, wasn't it, from Robin van Persie, looking for his 12th goal in 11 starts, well, in 12 starts for Arsenal. Fantastic goal scoring record. Just tactically, Jason Punchin's come over to the right hand side, Gary Taylor-Fletcher over on the left, and Andy Reid, as Beaky said, in the central midfield area alongside Keith Southern and Charlie Adam.
That's a quality ball from Reid. Just as I say that, commentator's curse. Clichy is able to intercept it, so not such a quality ball. As the ball falls now midway inside his own half for Alex Baptiste. Forward now here for Punchin, who's had a magnificent second half, has been first to everything. Tried to play it forward for Reid. Van Persie is down, holding his knee, is he? Or is it his right shin that he's got a problem with? And the ball's out of play to enable some treatment for the Dutchman.
Yeah, they've got to sustain this pressure now, Blackpool. 2 penalties for me. Certainly the handball from Abu Diaby in the box. The second one, debatable. Koscielny on DJ Campbell, because the ball had already been won. And then in the second movement, took the legs from under DJ Campbell. But they've had good ball in wide positions. An awful miss, you have to say, from that really good cross over on the right hand side from Punchin, and from 3 or 4 yards out, Keith Southern really should have done better.
Very much so. And ball on the left hand side now for Arsenal, midway inside their own half. Clichy spreads the ball across to the right hand side, and Schillaci all the way out towards Aboué now, and Walcott plays it short for Aboué again. Now here's Wilshere in the shade on that right hand side. He's fouled though by Andy Reid. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. We've had 63 minutes of this game, and it's Blackpool 1, Arsenal 2. Arsenal 2-0 up in the first half through Diaby and Aboué, and looking comfortable and looking set for a big win here today. But Blackpool have shown that they are made of stern stuff, and there's a strong tackle going in from Keith Southern, and it looks as though Lee Mason is going to give him a yellow card for that challenge on Jack Wilshere. Going to call him across, and that's a yellow card dished out by the referee.
Yeah, just on the edge of the centre circle in the Blackpool half, as Jack Wilshere picks the ball up. Keith Southern is wiring into him, deserves the yellow, but the aggression and the intent absolutely spot on. Well, there's no doubt about it now that Andy Reid's getting involved with Cesc Fabregas exactly the same. Just need to get the boundaries right between legality and illegality. We don't want to see injuries, but in terms of the intent of what Blackpool are trying to do, I think they've got it absolutely spot on. Try and stop Arsenal at source.
Yeah, Andy Reid clattered into Fabregas there. There is no doubt it was a free kick. And his defence to the referee will probably be, well, I got there as quick as I could. But it's Van Persie who's going to Van Persie who's going to take this free kick now, midway inside the Blackpool half, away to our left. 64 minutes gone on Talksport. Van Persie whips the ball across, but it's headed clear back into the path of the Dutchman, and he goes all the way back towards Aboué now, and square towards Clichy. He launches it forward to the edge of the penalty area. The header was clear that time for Ian Evatt, and now they've won the ball back. Stephen Craney for Blackpool away on the left hand side, tries to switch it to the right, and Jason Punchin, but it's gone out of play, and Arsenal have got a throw in here on this near side. It's Blackpool 1, Arsenal 2, 65 minutes gone on Talksport with Sky Bet. And don't forget, you can react to the action after the game and all the weekend action. Call Collymore 0871722 3344, and you can tweet Stan at TS Collymore. Nasri plays the ball into the penalty area, and there's the keeper Kingston to punch it clear away on that far touchline. got a lot of things to talk about today, Stan, including your team of the year.
Yes, we're going to be picking our team of the year, a proper reflective team of the season, because the PFA one, it is reflective because players get to vote on it, but they vote around February, March time, so doesn't account for the whole season. We're virtually at the end now, so we've got 4 players for each position, goalkeeper right through to strikers. Want your involvement, please. 08717 22 at 4 o'clock.
Yep, look forward to that. And Blackpool now have the ball with Adam. And it's midway inside their own half. They play it forward for Reed, but the ball's given away now to Diaby. Fabregas tries to thread the ball through here for Walcott, but the offside flag's up. Arsenal could do with another goal, couldn't they, Stan?
Without a doubt, they've certainly been rattled, haven't they? The tempo has been high from Blackpool. They've got the crowd back on song. They've defended much better as a unit, and they're creating opportunities.
Now the ball's played through towards Punchin on this right-hand side. What can Punchin do here? Skips past one man, holds the ball up, but he's tackled there, and the ball falls into the path of Alex Baptiste, and he launches a shot from long range, which is well off target, and it remains Blackpool 1, Arsenal 2. But it's game on here, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a poor touch, though, by Jason Punchin. Charlie Adam just wings the ball to the right-hand side of the 18-yard box. He cuts back on his left. First touch too heavy, takes it into Gael Clichy, and then he's having to rescue the situation just to be able to pop the ball back to the edge of the 18-yard box, and Baptiste high and wide over the stand.
So, can Blackpool get something out of this game? On Talksport. Champions League action live on Tuesday from Old Trafford, remember. Manchester United and Chelsea. United a goal up from that first leg. We're live from Old Trafford on Tuesday night. Join us for that. And it's going to be a throw into Blackpool deep inside their own half. Arsenal definitely rattled in this second half, without any shadow of a doubt.
Little stat for you, Arsenal have dropped points in 2 matches this season, having been 2-0 up. Blackpool are the only club to do this more frequently. They've done it 3 times.
Throw into Blackpool on that far touchline. We're opposite the tunnel and the dugouts as Walcott holds the ball up here, chips the ball into the penalty area. There's nobody there on the end of it though. Nasri is going to try and keep the ball in play on this near touchline now. He doesn't, but he wins a throw in anyway from Alex Baptiste. And coming across to take it is Gael Clichy now on this near touchline. Nasri's close by as we prepare for this throw-in now. 68 minutes on the clock. Arsenal in a decent position here, right in front of this temporary stand, and Clichy launches that throw into the penalty area. It's cleared though by Charlie Adam, and now Wilshere gets the ball back towards Walcott on that right-hand touchline now. What can Walcott do? Oh, he's fouled just as he took the ball around his man Stephen Craney, and it's got to be a yellow card. It is a yellow card for Craney because Walcott had done him good and proper there. Free kick to Arsenal on that right-hand touchline, and again Van Persie is going to come across and take this free kick. Arsenal would love a third, and you do think a third goal for them would kill this game off against a brave Blackpool side. The second half, Blackpool have done a great job. Can they get something out of this game? It's a tense phase of the game with 21 minutes to go here on Talksport. Arsenal lead 2-1. Van Persie plays the ball across. He was aiming there, though, perhaps for Schillaci. It's cleared as far as the edge of the penalty area. Fabregas now will head the ball back towards Gael Clichy on this left-hand side, and he gets it all the way back to Jens Lehmann, making his 200th appearance for Arsenal today after Manuel Almunia tweaked his knee in the warm-up. Now the ball's with Nasri on the left-hand side, and coming across to put it out of play there was Alex Baptiste, and it's going to be a throw into Arsenal again, and Arsenal just enjoying a little phase of possession here, Stan.
Yes, they've taken the sting, haven't they, out of that fantastic start, that whirlwind start to the second half that Blackpool offered. Theo Walcott in particular is a fantastic outball to have over on the right hand side with his pace, and you saw the way that Stephen Craney gave away the free kick. Good wide play, was right on the right touchline, just takes it past Craney has to give away the foul and the yellow card, and it buys Arsenal a bit of time and space. It keeps Blackpool further and further away from their goal.
Blackpool's run in to beat the drop. Wigan at home, Newcastle at home and Stoke at home, all for the rest of this month. As Blackpool come forward and Walcott charged into the penalty area, Arsenal going forward. Walcott went into the penalty area and into the arms of Kingston there, the Blackpool keeper. So Wigan, Newcastle and Stoke at home for Blackpool, Tottenham away, Bolton at home and Manchester United away. If they can just tighten it up at the back and show this fighting spirit that they have in the second half, they can get out of this stand.
Without a doubt, and they're getting into another good position, Nigel.
They are indeed on this right-hand side. Keith Southern holds the ball up, but Clichy has put the ball out of play. It's a 10 stage of the game on Talksport. Blackpool 1, Arsenal 2. And now the ball falls into the path of Gary Taylor-Fletcher, the goal scorer for Blackpool. It goes all the way back to Andy Reid. He's found the influential Charlie Adam now. He's given the ball away though. Coming forward Arsenal with Abu Diaby now. Tries to find Fabregas and he does. There's not enough Arsenal players forward. Nasri is a reinforcement. So is Abu Diaby. Ball's played to Nasri in the penalty area. It's a good strong challenge coming in from Cathcart though. And it's going to be a throw into Arsenal level with the edge of the Blackpool penalty area on this near side. And coming across is Nasri, who's going to take it. Short for Fabregas, who tries to work his way into the penalty area. He does so. Keeps the ball in play, Fabregas. And now it's cleared away. And Kingston was going mad at the referee, saying the ball had gone out of play, but it hadn't. And it's cleared. And that was a scare for Blackpool without even realising it. Diaby now has the ball for Arsenal. So they're doing their job here, keeping the ball, enjoying possession. Fabregas holds the ball up, out wide towards Nasri now, into the penalty area. Tried to thread it through for Van Persie. It's headed clear. And now DJ Campbell holds the ball up. And it's short for Keith Southern now. What can Blackpool make of this? They have to try and find a way through. Punchin plays the ball out wide to the left-hand side and he's charging forward now. It's a good run from Punchin, who takes the ball back from that left-hand side of play, holds the ball up, and there's two Arsenal players around him. Blackpool going forward then. Can they find any way through? Adams' ball misses Reid, and now here come Arsenal. Van Persie edged on the halfway line. On the overlap though is Nasri calling for it. He gets it as well. Clichy is charging forward at 100 mile an hour on the left hand side. Chips the ball into the penalty area. Kingston one-handed manages to get the ball clear, and in the end with his right foot manages to swipe it up to the other end of the field and into the arms of Jens Lehmann.
Oh, an excellent overlapping run from Gael Clichy. We haven't seen that so much in the game today. Nasri picked the ball up on the halfway line on the left wing. He just bombed, demanded the ball, Gael Clichy, when he went past him. Put in a really good cross.
Ball's played in for Van Persie. First time shot has just gone wide of the left-hand post. That would have killed the game off. Great opportunity. Blackpool caught at the back again, and Van Persie has just put it wide. Still 2-1.
Says Fabregas doing what he did in the first half. That diagonal just gets into the Blackpool half. Only 10 yards down the right-hand side. Beautiful 30-yard raking pass right to left. Van Persie's going away from goal. Almost like Marco van Basten, wasn't it? Beautiful technique. Hits it with the top of the foot, and we were right behind it, just wide of Richard Kingston's left-hand post. Beautiful strike from Van Persie.
Had a curl on it as well, that shot, and if that had gone in, well, that would have been something special. Walcott's offside. Theo Walcott, who came on as a substitute in this game, got a hat-trick in the 6-0 win over Blackpool at the Emirates early on this season. And Blackpool charging forward again with Gary Taylor-Fletcher, has just seen the ball run out of play on this near side, and Gael Clichy is going to take this throw. And I'll tell you what, Stan, if Arsenal get away with a win here, they will have got away with it. They will be relieved.
Well, it just goes to show that finish teams off when you're ahead. Arsenal could have been 3 or 4-0 up at half time, and we probably wouldn't have seen that excellent first 10-15 minutes and seeing them riding their luck and having to defend as much as they have done in this second half.
16 minutes of normal time remain. It's Blackpool 1, Arsenal 2 on Talksport with Sky Bet. As Blackpool come forward again now. Here's Taylor-Fletcher, who shoots, and it's well off target, away to our right. And Jens Lehmann is having a little bit of a pop at the referee for some reason, so is Fabregas. But Lehmann, to be fair, hasn't done a lot wrong in this game. Called up at the 11th hour to replace Almunia at the age of 41 years and 5 months. Taylor-Fletcher will be disappointed he didn't get that on target, Stan.
Yeah, I put in a tweet a little bit earlier. TS Collymore, if you're up and down the country, and feel free to add me that Neville Southall was the oldest goalkeeper it was, and I think it was John Burridge for Manchester City in the mid-90s was 43, so yet to get to that stage.
Blackpool coming forward again now into the penalty area. Charging at pace was DJ Campbell, and now Abu Diaby has got it back for Arsenal. Can he deal with it and get it clear? He's under pressure from Puncheon on the right-hand side. He's beaten him though, and it goes towards the halfway line. That's a lovely ball from Fabregas, wide to Walcott now. Arsenal charging forward. Van Persie! That's the winner for Arsenal! Van Persie with the goal. It's a sucker punch for the Gunners to break Blackpool's hearts. It's a brave Blackpool side, but it looks as though they're going to go away from this game with nothing. And Arsenal surely now have won this match. It's Blackpool 1, Arsenal 3.
Arsenal very much on the counter-attack. Good play by Abu Diaby at the right back position. Just plays the ball into the channel for Theo Walcott. Stephen Craney was absolutely nowhere, so Walcott had free run down that right-hand side. He just looks along to his left. Who's there? Robin Van Persie on the penalty spot. Says, here you go, I'll put that on a plate for you. 3-1, and that surely has to be game over, Alvin Martin.
Yeah, I think so, Stan. I think they've been wasteful, but this is a lovely goal from Arsenal's point of view. I've got to say, Stan, as soon as I seen Walcott come on, I thought it was going to be a problem for Blackpool. His pace made of Blackpool at the Emirates, and down that right-hand side, he's been a constant threat since he arrived. This is quality. People have had a go with his final ball. He gets down the right, he sees the ball, the right weight, it's got to be precision, and it wasn't it, from his point of view, and that really has put them back in control of the game. But, they are going to need another goal maybe, or certainly, control the game a lot better than they have in up to this point in the second half.
Alvin, thanks very much indeed. Alvin Martin in our studio, as we're live at Bloomfield Road here. Stan Collymore and Nigel Pearson talking you through the action in the Barclays Premier League today. Graham Beecroft pitch side. Has been a very enjoyable game, I've got to say that. But I don't know. Alvin's saying they need another one, Arsenal. I'm not even so sure about that. I think that will do it for them.
They needed Blackpool in that spell, didn't they? That 10-minute spell at the opening whereby they were pressing, they had lots of ball, 60-70% of the ball in Arsenal's final third. 2 good shouts for a penalty. And it's ebbed away from them. They've had 1 or 2 decent half opportunities since then, but Arsenal have regathered, shown a lot more composure, and a wonderful breakaway goal.
Well, 12 goals in 12 Premier League appearances for Van Persie now this season, and it's 16 in all competitions for the Dutchman. He could have scored a third for Arsenal moments earlier with that volley, which was brilliant and wasn't far off the target. But I did make the point earlier, Stan, and that goal underlines the point I was making. It is dangerous when you bear in mind that Blackpool were chasing the game and pushing. They were suspect and they were vulnerable towards a break like this. But Blackpool have got the ball back here, and I'll tell you what, that was poor defending by Arsenal, because again, Puncheon with a shot here. Andy Reid was in there and had the opportunity as they stole the ball away, and Arsenal survived.
Well, just sloppy again from Koscielny and Schillaci. Where's the dominance? I mean, you've just scored a goal to put your team 3-1 up. You want a bit of a breather. It drops to Koscielny. I'm just having a look now. Is it Gael Clichy that gets caught out, actually? Apologies to Koscielny. It was Gael Clichy. Just sloppy playing left full back. He tries to play the ball to Koscielny, gets caught and presented with an opportunity for Blackpool. Really poor play, especially when you just got your noses in front. You're absolutely shattered. You want to be able to see the game out. Poor play from Clichy.
And you've got to say, a good save from Jens Lehmann.
It was a very good save. Got down very quickly, got to his penalty spot, and as the ball broke to the Blackpool attacker, got down very quickly. I mean, you don't lose all that experience and position, it's just your legs really that start to go, I'm sure. But he's done okay, Jens Lehmann. From what he's been asked to do, he's done okay today.
It's Blackpool 1, Arsenal 3, live on Talksport, but it could have been 3-2 there, and Arsenal survived a real scare. Remember, call Collymore 08717 223344. What's your team of the year? You can tweet Stan as well at TS Collymore. Now there's a corner to Arsenal. Van Persie for Fabregas with a header. Oh, it's gone wide of the right-hand post. Decent effort, good opportunity. Still 3-1.
Beautiful corner from Robin Van Persie over on that far side. Just dinks it out to the edge of the box. Pre-planned by the looks of it. Cesc Fabregas thought he was going to let it drop and go for maybe the top of the foot volley, but he doesn't. He tries to head it, whisker away from going inside Richard Kingston's right-hand post.
Ball's put out of play by Ian Evatt on that far side. It's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal. and it's taken short here for Fabregas. He can't control it, but Van Persie picks the ball up, edge of the penalty area, chips it into the box, and there's nobody there for Arsenal. Richard Kingston now quickly gets the ball clear into the path of Alex Baptiste. Well, Blackpool started this game well for the first 10 or 15 minutes, went 2-0 down, started the second half well, got back into it at 2-1. They're 3-1 down now, but the ball's played into, the offside flag is up. The offside flag's up. Charlie Adams played it into DJ Campbell, who was caught offside, and it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal.
Well, you can say what you like, about cliches about what Arsenal need to do if they're going to go on and win titles. Maybe this year, the Premier League, although unlikely, but in years to come, not convinced with Koscielny or Schillaci, either of them, to be perfectly honest. Not a lot of chat between them. Nobody that really is driving the team forward from the back with aggression, rolling your sleeves up. Two very average central defenders.
Well, moving forward now, Wilshere. Nasri is on the overlap for Arsenal today. Wilshere is there once again, and the ball's short here for Clichy. Now Fabregas in the penalty area. He's tried the chip through for Nasri, but it's clear only as far as Diaby now. Holds the ball up and plays it square here towards Aboué on the right hand side. Now Walcott in the shade on that far touchline. Square here for Fabregas. Holds the ball up nicely, and Wilshere's there, and on the overlap once again is Gaël Clichy. Remember, Arsenal have that 2-goal cushion here at Bloomfield Road. Wilshere plays it square once again for Diaby. Diaby in towards the edge of the penalty area, and Van Persie, what can he make of it? Edge of the box, there's three players around him. He squared the ball for Walcott. Walcott moves into the box at pace. He's going to take on Stephen Craney, and Craney is able to win that challenge and put it out on that far side for an Arsenal throw-in. And it's going to be a substitution for Blackpool. Graham Beecroft is pitch side.
Yes, Keith Southern is coming off, holding midfield player, and an attacker, Matt Phillips, is coming on the field. So Phillips will go up front and Southern coming off.
Graham, thanks very much. Keith Southern has really got stuck in this second half, but the whole of the Blackpool side have. You feel that they've really given it their everything in this game so far. You cannot question their effort in any way, shape or form. And the Barclays Premier League can be so harsh. They were pressing to level it at 2 apiece, and then Van Persie struck for a third for Arsenal. And Blackpool have got it on this near touchline now, and Matt Phillips, the substitute, was the man, but Arsenal have got it back, and Nasri has won a throw in on this near touchline. It was put out of play by Craig Cathcart. We're into the last 7 minutes of normal time here at Bloomfield Road on Talksport. It's Blackpool 1, Arsenal 3 with Sky Bet, and Clichy has a throw-in for Arsenal. Midway inside the half, it goes all the way back here towards Koscielny, short for Fabregas. Nasri is there, he's given the ball away, his first touch let him down though. And now for Blackpool, Matt Phillips has got the ball on this near touchline, holds it up and squares it nicely now towards Alex Baptiste. He plays it back towards Adam, and now Andy Reid. Control almost let him down, and it was a neat little back pass from Jason Puncheon. It's going to fall to Phillips, whips it into the penalty area. Jens Lehmann is there. Rugby update comes from Russell Hargreaves.
Well, Northampton hitting back in this European Cup quarter-final. What a gripping affair it is here in Milton Keynes. It's now Northampton 20, Ulster 13. Saints trailed 13-10, but a penalty and conversion from Stephen Myler, and a brilliant try from scrum half Lee Dixon. England boys Chris Ashton and Ben Foden combining down the left. It's now Northampton 20, Ulster 13.
It's Blackpool 1, Arsenal 3 on Talksport. And Blackpool looking as though they're still going to be just 1 point above the danger zone, with Wolves and West Ham sat on 32 points after yesterday's defeats. Blackpool on 33. Arsenal, meanwhile, set now to just narrow that gap to 7 points in the race for the Barclays Premier League title.
Well, comparing both teams, there is maybe it's the footballing philosophy, the total footballing philosophy that both have. But I think that to win something, which is what Arsenal are aiming to do, and to stay in the Premier League, as Blackpool are aiming to do, you've got to have the balance right. And I think that taking the 4 central defensive players today, Koscielny, Schillaci, Cathcart and Everett, they wouldn't get in a championship team of the season for me. I know that Arsenal fans will say, well, they've kept lots of clean sheets and what have you, but one-on-one when they've got players attacking them, very little communication. You take Vidic and Ferdinand, for example. they're about as far away, Schillaci and Koscielny, in comparison to those two as it's possible to get for top teams. So we'll debate that one as the day goes on call Collymore as well.
Throw in for Blackpool. Whip towards the penalty area, and the header is in there, but it's easy enough for Jens Lehmann because it lacked pace, that header from Ian Evatt. To be fair, Arsenal will be concerned that they didn't really work Evatt, they didn't really close him down. Let's put things in perspective as well though, Stan. What Blackpool have achieved by even still being in contention to stay in the Barclays Premier League on their budget, for this small club, let's bear that in mind. I know,
Nigel, but what they've done, it is, and they had the lowest budget in the Championship last season, but what they've proved is they can score goals. So if they were coming into the Premier League and not scoring goals, I mean, like I say, 14 times this season in the Premier League, virtually every other game, they've scored 2 or more goals. That's an incredible statistic. But what you have to do is balance that out with 2 good defenders, and what I mentioned was that if they had, and I'm sure they had a bit of money to spend, players like Ryan Nelson or Chris Samba, they would stay up quite comfortably because they would be able to defend as well as attack. And that first half spell killed them, let's be honest, with the game. I mean, it's okay coming out and having a rally in the first 15 minutes of the second half as they did, but all the work was undone by what they did in that second period of the first half.
Well, there's 4 minutes to go and there's 2 substitutions. Graham Beecroft pitch side will tell us about them.
Yes, one for each side. Arsenal making the first substitution. Kieran Gibbs has come on the field, so Gibbs is on, and Nasri is the player who's gone off, so a shuffle in the left back position, or certainly the left side of midfield position. I'll break off because Arsenal are on the attack.
They are, the balls with Gibbs on this near side now, and that's a decent ball from Diaby, and Blackpool have committed a foul, Graham.
And the other substitution for Blackpool, Sergei Kornilenko coming on, striker, and Punchin has gone off, so it's like for like effectively.
Absolutely, thanks Graham. Graham Beecroft, our man pitch side today at Bloomfield Road, live on Talksport. Thoroughly enjoyable game, good atmosphere, and you still have to try and keep things in perspective about what Blackpool have achieved now and again. That's my belief, because they've got no right financially really in terms of the wage structure to be even on a par with the majority of the Premier League. The fact that they're rubbing shoulders with Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham is, I know it's a well-used phrase, a footballing miracle, but it really is, and how they dearly love to see that continue beyond this one season. Ball's got out of play on this near side, and it's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal, just winding the clock down now. 2.5 minutes of normal time remaining, and another substitution for Arsenal here. Graham?
Yep, Aaron Ramsey is going to come on the field, and I'm just looking to see who the player is there going to take off here, Arsenal. It's Ramsey that's going to come on, nobody making a move to come off the field, and it looks like it's going to be Cesc Fabregas. In fact it is. Cesc Fabregas is coming off, so the captain comes off, and on the field comes Aaron Ramsey.
Thanks Graham. Yes, the Arsenal fans away to our left giving Fabregas a standing ovation. He's worked hard today for his team, hasn't he?
He has. He had that spell though where he was closed down quite comfortably, wasn't he, in that first 10-15 minutes, which kept things ticking over. I think that damage was done in the opening half an hour with some beautiful diagonal balls right to left into Van Persie, which created some of the goals, stretched the Blackpool defence, and surely have seen Arsenal go on to 3 points.
Looks that way now, and the Arsenal fans chanting there's only one Aaron Ramsey now that he's on that field of play. It's a throw into Arsenal on the halfway line in the very closing stages of this game now. We're almost into the last minute of normal time. Don't forget, call Collymore from 4 o'clock this afternoon. 08717 223344 gets you through to Stan. Debate all the issues of the weekend and pick your team of the year with Stan. That'll be worth listening to. As we now see moving forward, Jack Wilshere is fouled. It's a careless foul in a dangerous position for Arsenal. Was it Cathcart who made that challenge? And Arsenal have got a free kick in a decent position for them now.
Yeah, a little bit of breathing space. They've had to work hard in this second half, the Gunners, and getting a free kick just 15-20 yards outside the 18-yard box. Just have a look who's standing over it. Theo Walcott. And Jack Wilshere gets himself up, dusts himself off, like an old school football jersey he's got on today, isn't it? Dirt, muddy, sweaty.
Walcott over the ball, Ramsey's over the ball as well. What can Arsenal make of this? Walcott is going to unleash a shot, but it just fails to find the target. Wide of the right-hand post of Richard Kingston's right-hand post. And it's going to be a goal kick to Blackpool. And we are now up to 90 minutes on the clock. Mark Halsey, the fourth official, a little bit slow at putting the board up. Come on, Mark, I think you forgot there, didn't he? He's literally only just remembered to put the board up, I think. 3 minutes. I think Graham Beecroft reminded him to do it over there. 3 minutes to be added on, a minimum of 3 minutes to be added on at the end of this game. Thoroughly enjoyable afternoon here at Blackpool. Might even pop up the North Shore for a stick of rock afterwards whilst I listen to Collymore and maybe even bring back a Kiss Me Quick hat.
Kieran Gibbs has made his way to left midfield. Like to see a lot more of him, actually. I think he'll be one for the future, both for club and country, that we look to put in steady performances. Of course, it's been compounded a lot of this season by injuries, but he's quick. He'll learn his trade, I'm sure, with the likes of Gail Clichy, Bakary Sagna at the club, two very steady full-backs on the right and left. Be interesting to see how he progresses in the next few seasons.
So, ball on the centre circle for Arsenal now. Abadiabi, square here for Gail Clichy. The game just petering out now. Fond memories for me, Blackpool Stan. I had my stag do here, 2003. And I can tell you some stories about that.
Eyebrows shaved? Tarred and feathered?
Like I said, I will tell you some stories about that.
But not on air.
Ball on the right-hand side now, moving towards the halfway line. Arsenal have got the ball. It's 3-1 to the Gunners here in our exclusive national radio commentary game on Talksport today. Champions League on Tuesday from Old Trafford. Manchester United a goal up against Chelsea. Can Chelsea turn that over? Find out with us on Talksport on Tuesday evening. Ball held up by Charlie Adam now for Blackpool, as the ball goes out wide to the left-hand side, and DJ Campbell. Blackpool still scrapping and still running forward, but they've given the ball away that time carelessly into the path there of Jack Wilshere, and now Van Persie tries to set Theo Walcott away, and that's a crucial challenge from Alex Baptiste. Goes all the way back to Richard Kingston in the Blackpool goal.
I think that individually Blackpool players can defend. I mean, you just see there really good covering play from Alex Baptiste at right full-back to stop the speedster that is Theo Walcott, but they just don't defend well as a unit.
Ball on the right-hand side is for Blackpool, the substitute, Matt Phillips, and it's cannoned away from the body of Gail Clichy, so it's going to be a late corner for Blackpool. Possibly the last passage of play, maybe a consolation second goal. The Blackpool fans still really getting behind their side. Andy Reid now whips the corner across to the far side. It's a long one and high into the sky. Jens Lehmann is there with a safe pair of hands. Jens Lehmann, one of the stories of the weekend in the Barclays Premier League, I would suggest, after a late call up into the Arsenal side for his 200th appearance in an Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, and he's done okay. We're getting lots of tweets in on TS Collymore. Lots of people enjoying the sunshine around the country, listening to Talksport's commentary in the sun. Make sure you get that lotion on and have a beer for me. Call Collymore from 4 till 6. We want you involved to pick our Premier League team of the season over the whole season. Problem is with the PFA one, as the whistle goes, that they get voted for in February. Wonder if there'll be an Arsenal or Blackpool player in there, Nigel. We'll see.
It was a brave Blackpool performance, but alas, not quite enough against Arsenal. The Gunners have closed the gap in the race for the Barclays Premier League title to 7 points after this victory on the seaside today. Blackpool worked hard early stages of the first half, and for a sustained spell of the second half as well. They played some good football, got back into the game at 2-1. There was serious hope, but when Robin Van Persie scored a third for the Gunners, that, as they say, was that stat.
Yes, Arsenal very much in the title race, down to 7 points as Sami Nasri and Theo Walcott, Jack Wilshere, Lauren Koscielny and co come over to the Arsenal fans. Robin Van Persie throws his yellow shirt into the crowd, as does a very ripped Theo Walcott. Comes over and gives it to a young lad. Big smile on his face. They're still in the title race. I still would say that Manchester United are massive favourites, but Arsenal and Arsene Wenger and co will attempt to run them close. 3-1 here on Talksport. A fantastic day's football. Comment on Call Collymore from 4 p.m.
So, a great day here at Bloomfield Road. Beautiful sunshine. Lehmann gets a standing ovation from the Arsenal fans, chanting his name. His 200th appearance for the Gunners at the age of 41 years and 5 months. It's the Gunners who come away from Blackpool victorious. It's finished. Blackpool 1, Arsenal 3.